Finally, Thursday has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. You know how we do, just as every Thursday. And we are in the building to do it again. Here comes another one on the fourth anniversary, y'all. On the fourth anniversary, we are getting ready to do it again. As the engine is roaring, you can hear it cycling. We're about to take off shortly. Make sure you got all of the amenities in place because the takeoff is coming. Ready to do it? Let's get to it. Oh, yeah. Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your host for the evening. My name is Elemental. Happy Thursday. Happy fourth anniversary. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know what this is, right? We do this every Thursday, and we've been doing it for 4 years now. Can you believe that? 4 years. Like I'm still blown away by that. I still really can't believe that. This is episode 14 of this online open mic. We have been rocking now 4 years. I still can't believe that. Also, happy World Poetry Day. What? Here we are celebrating together as a crazy, incredibly creative community. Let's get it. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. If you're watching on one of these streams, we appreciate you, and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why we say that? Trust me, they're going to show you this evening. All right? Some people do this. We do this. Trust. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. All right, so we would like to thank the Howard Gilman Foundation, the Poetry Foundation, New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, and Education of America for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, You should be, because that cat's all over the place. This is where you can find me, elemental.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, elemental.com. It is so many things going on. Plug in, trust and believe. Tonight's theme, Army of One, Parenthood. Of course, and we're celebrating the 4th anniversary of the online open mic, right? I apologize for the mix-up. We are going to rock with 3 minutes this evening, all right? We had the 2-minute set, but we're going to rock with the 3-minute this evening. So, tonight, for those of you or of us who were raised majorly by the single parent, it is an army of one. Parenthood can sometimes just be an army of one, right? But then those two, right? Those two people who are an army of one happen to come together. So parenthood sometimes is, just that army of one. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you bring this evening. However, your art does not have to be on theme in order for you to share. We are still looking forward to hearing all the incredible artistry that you are sharing with us this evening. All right. Next week's theme coming at you. Weeds Appreciation Day. Not making this up. Natural herbs. All right. Now listen. There are some that people burn. There are some that people will seep. There are some that people will make tinctures. But these are the weeds that save lives, hiding in plain sight, right? Those that some will discard because they're unaware of their worth. Oh, I found a list of nearly 40. I was blown away, right? I was really blown away by some of the things that people just discard as weeds. It's amazing how powerful some of those are. So that's what we're going to look at next week. Bring your incredible creativity and let's get down. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic on stage as much as possible. We love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your delivery. All right, so please turn your cameras on as you're getting ready to rip. And as you're getting ready, have your art ready. All right, if you are using analog, that's cool too. Dog ear the page. If you're going digital, have the file pulled up. If you're playing music, which is totally cool, we are looking forward to it because there are some of our resident musicians in the building this evening. Make sure you have your original musician setting set on, right? And your original sound so we can hear every single note that you are singing and playing. Also, make sure it's original music. We don't want the agents of the interweb interfering with our stream in any way. So please, original sound, original music, and we are good to go. Folks, you got 3 minutes to rock. 3 minutes. All right. Please keep in mind that there are people on the list later, right? And they want to get down too. All right. So please try to keep in mind that 3-minute time limit. You got 30 seconds to let folks know what you got going on. Before, after you rip, make sure you put your information into the chat. We have reached night 30 for the babies, folks. There are some explicit lyricists in our community. Some may even bring about some triggering flashbacks, right? The founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. There is no censorship. This art form that we love is a walking, breathing trigger warning. Thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and rip open a true part of who they are and share it with us, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to express all of that energy. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. So share all that energy with the room. I promise you it will be returned to you in the exuberance of the performances of every artist that you experience tonight. The list tonight is closed, all right? Sign up begins 24 hours before tonight, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you go to nuyorican.org, click on full events calendar, All right. You click on a Thursday that you want to get down. You need an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the guaranteed list. They don't show up until 24 hours before the show. All right. If you're in the area, all right, make sure you are getting into the Nuyorican Bowery Slam. Trust and believe it is going down. Also, the open mic at the Lower East Side Center, hosted by Soul Preem. You'll hear a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. Teen open mic still going down, and Final Fridays hosted by Tony McPherson. All right. Tonight's list. Look at these beautiful poets. Look at these beautiful poets. All these beautiful creatives just here to get down this evening. And on top of that, there's a raffle. You ready? Let's do it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good, good people? Oh my goodness. I see the Megas looking fly. Come on, man. I see a poet in the building. Shout out the Giants in the building. We got poet laureates in the building. We got guitarists in the building. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding? Let's get to it, folks. I get so excited. I see you, East in the building. Let's do it. Coming up first, our resident blacksmith is here to set us off this evening. As I'm posting the list in the chat, this incredible pillar of our community has been rocking and rocking and rocking and writing. And I'm telling you, as we love to say that this space has saved so many lives, this gentleman has been one of the reasons that people can say that and have continued to say that. The one and only Michael Sindler in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. It is always great to see you, always great to rock with you. Please take it away.
That's those are such kind words. I really appreciate them. And it is this family, and I was like really thrilled. Maybe Lantern will say something about it when he gets up, but I just saw a photo yesterday with Lantern and a bunch of other poets that we know from all over the place, all together in London, and sitting around a table, and something like that would have never happened without this. So it just shows what an incredible thing has grown from all of this. And speaking of incredible things, lighthousewriters.org, wonderful organization, all kinds of writing help for whatever you're trying to do, whatever you need. Can't hurt to just look at it. And I would really advise people to think seriously if you might want to do a road trip sometime, to come to Denver in the beginning of June, because Lit Fest is just incredible and it's going to have some of the just best writers you could possibly imagine. Man, it is just fantastic to be here after 4 years. And normally I would do something sort of related to that, but I really liked your theme today about family. So I'm going to do stuff that is about family. And this first one is the sonnet called Let the End Be the End. Hair did not grow longer after you died. Shrinking skin underneath revealed the roots. No continuization should be implied. Let the end be the end. All else is moot. Though salt lingers in trails from tears I've cried, even in my sorrow I should speak truth, neither to falsely praise or to deride, else true memory dissolves and dilutes. Yes, we sometimes clash, that can't be denied, yet all those unresolved passionate disputes. Yet I hunger for wisdom you supplied, profuse harvests of nurturing sweet fruits, mistakes that were made that I can never mend. It's time now to let the end be the end. And I'm going to do one more that actually sort of goes with the same theme. And this is for both of my parents. That was obviously for my father, and this is for both of them. It's called Cultivation. Like a stone atop a gravestone, let these words show I'm with you now. And my thoughts, if not in person, twisting syllables to show you how you echo from inside my voice, spreading outward through time and space. Kindness you shared, lessons you taught, taken to the heart, never erased. All the best inside of me, all the best that I create, blossoms from the patient seed you spent such care to cultivate. Like a water drop that ripples out from the center to the shore, each ring a lifetime's advance, journey from student to mentor. In the slow race towards empathy, passing enlightenment's baton to the next young, fresh runner in the endless marathon. All we endeavor to create, all we endeavor to endure is futile without the impetus of the wave that came before. O doula at the birth of love from the mother of all sanity, in the cradle of compassion rests the essence of humanity. What little wisdom I have gained, everything I know to be true, is found before me, seeing it as manifest inside of you. All the power we possess, all the power we disperse, is but a gift we give and take, lent to us by the universe. And so I give thanks where it is due, anchor, compass, map, and guide, wishing I'd better understood and let you know before you died. Despite the pain and suffering I caused, I could depend on you. You tended the garden of my soul, watered by tears when I said adieu. All the best inside of me, all the best that I create, blossoms from the patient seed you spent such care to cultivate. Thank y'all very much. Love all of you. Love everybody out there.
No, that's exactly why I said what I said, because he is that
Woo!
hot.
We love you
Unmute
too.
yourself. Give it up for Michael
Michael,
Sindler.
yeah. Hi,
Michael,
man.
love you too.
Yeah.
Woo!
Happy 4 years, Michael.
You know, there's just, you know, there's just people that, like I said, some people do this. We do this. Right? We do this, like for real do this. First of all, yes, happy 4 years. Secondly, thank you for sharing your parents with us. Right? That was not easy to write those, right? I've written one poem about my father. He's been gone about 10 years. It's not easy. Right? So thank you for sharing them with us. Even in my sorrow, I should speak truth. Yes. Right? Woo-hoo. That I hunger for wisdom you supply. It's time now to let the end be the end. In cultivation, you said taken to the heart, never erased, right? Those I think sound like morals and values and just like whispers in your ear that to say, of course she would say that. Of course it is that, the slow race toward empathy, right? The essence of humanity, right? A gift we give and take lent to us by the universe, right? Watered by tears when I said I do. Listen. The blacksmith is 100% one of the pillars of this community. Mr. Lighthouse Riders himself, thank you for doing all that you do. Make sure you plug in with Michael Sindler. All right, we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. Coming up next, yo, I love when this cat has his instrument with him, right? Because he does it. He does it well, I promise you. The one and only Cat Man Bill in the building. Let these folks know how they can connect with you listen, it's I'm telling you, here comes another experience because this dude, he does it 100% of the time. I'm telling you. Oh, look. And the Vegas never slouch. 100%. Got it. Put it in the listen. Please let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, Catman Bill. Please take it away.
Okay, so I do my writing there, and you're all welcome to sign on. There's no pay door. So last week I was doing a little stand up. I know I was talking about toilet paper. A product that we all use. But there's another product that most of us use too, coffee. Now, I'll tell you, I haven't been into McDonald's for coffee, and that's the only reason I go into McDonald's because they used to have a lost leader item, coffee, on the road, 99 cents, any size you wanted. So when I went up to the counter yesterday, and she said it's 4.28, I said, "What?" I said, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy it," and I went out, and I'm frugal. I can't help it. Anyway, that's not why I came on here. I'll do a song that I wrote almost 10 years ago. 10 years ago, in collaboration with a friend of mine, after I encountered a set of ivory tusks in a condo on Fifth Avenue and 125th Street. I don't mind saying what block it was on. And I was stunned when I saw this huge set of ivory tusks that this guy was so proud to show me. And it was one of my darkest moments. I remembered riding the train home crying. And began writing a song and teamed with a friend of mine, Alex Forbes, and we wrote this song, Where Will the Giants Roam? There's an elephant loose on Fifth Avenue tonight. I know his spirit's there. You could hear him rumble across the sky. See him in your rearview mirror. Yeah, that's the thunder of his pounding feet, far from his watering hole. 'Cause that's the tusk on your mantelpiece. You carved out part of his soul. You carved out part of his soul. Thought you just had to have it. Well, that's some heavy traffic. When the jungle's gone, where will the giants roam? Money don't last that long, where will the giants roam? When your conscience calls and nobody's home. There's a rhino loose on a Shanghai street, knocking on your bedroom door, asking about that medicine you need and what kind of fool it's for. And what kind of fool it's for. Thought you just had to have it. Well, that's some heavy traffic. When the jungle's gone, where will the giants roam? Money don't last that long, where will the giants roam? When your conscience calls and nobody's home, where will the giants roam? Thank you.
Yo, no. I heard all of that. I heard all of that. Unmute yourself. Give it up for
Yeah.
Catman
Bill,
Bill.
just the way
Catman
you were
Bill.
on
Beautiful
voice
song,
tonight,
Catman.
and just the
Right on.
way
Song,
you
man.
emoted
Great.
those lyrics, you just really
One of your best.
got across the meaning with each one. It's so subtle, just beautiful rendition.
Well, thank you, and we're going to hopefully have my long sought concert to save elephants and rhinos that I hope will morph into a global annual event to take place in September with any degree of luck.
Well,
So
that's
I'll be appraising of that.
a
Good.
great cause. Thank
Yeah.
you for being
I just want to
that.
Wonderful
second
song,
Michael's
Bill.
thought.
Desperately.
Yeah, I just want to second what Michael said. So many great lines in that, and just a wonderful uh, uh, melody going on. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
You know, listen, this is what I love about our community, and you will hear me say that many times this evening. This is what I love about our community, because we are unafraid to share how these artists, their genius makes us feel, right? And that kind of validation is priceless, in my opinion. When you talked about the coffee, he said, "I'm frugal. I can't help it." Like, listen, I feel you, right? It's hard to go past that. You know what I mean? When you're used to paying $1 for something, now you want me to pay 4 or 5 times that for the same thing. I got a problem with that. I'm sorry. I got a problem with that. I'm just saying I got a problem with it. Listen, I love how you name the streets though, right? In the second piece, right? Ivory Tusks on Fifth Avenue and 125th. Like, come on, really? Like, can you get more opulent than that? Like, he said an elephant loose on Fifth Avenue. Like, I just love that, right? That's some heavy traffic, indeed, right? There's a rhino loose on a Shanghai street, right? But then I heard it, right? I was listening, but I heard it. He said, "When the jungle's gone, where will the giants roam?" When the jungle's gone, because we love these animals, do we not? We love how they just hide. How can you hide like an apartment building that walks around in a jungle that you're tearing down to build an apartment building? Just saying. Thank you, Catman Bill. Make sure you can stay connected with that. It is a very valuable cause that people need to know. Truly, truly appreciate you. Make sure you plug in with Catman Bill. All right. Coming up next, as always, shout out the educators in the building. This next incredible artist continues to come through, always comes through with the energy, whether he's sharing or not. He is always on point. The one and only Doug Silver in the building. I like to call him Professor Platinum. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Happy 4th anniversary to you, RMT, La Bruja, Advocate of Words, Ray Jane, and all the poets. This one's for the armies of one in Gaza. Thank you.
Oh, yo, you see how he just like, oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Unmute yourself, give it up for Doug Silver.
Yeah, some things are beyond words,
Doug.
man.
Nice. Nice.
Enough said, eh?
That was heavy.
Thank you.
Short and sweet and still surprising. 4 years in, and we're still getting surprised by the great talents
Thank
and
you, Ron.
instruments and voices. Wow.
You are correct. Yes.
100% of the time, right? Like, this cat just came through. It was like, yo, speaking of an army of one, I'm going to hit you with every emotion you could feel in less than like 3 minutes on him. And he just like, look, he said like 1 minute, like, let me just breathe some life into you. Come on, man. Come on, man. Harmonica is such an interesting instrument, right? It's that tone, man. I didn't know I needed that, Professor Platinum, but I did. So thank you. Thank you for that. I told y'all, this is the greatest community in the world. Why? Because sometimes the energy has no words, but it always feels like the energy is speaking to you. I don't know. Thank you. Make sure you continue to come through. Make sure you plug in. Happy 4th anniversary to everyone. Ron, I cannot remember what was that about the raffle, because it was something about the Shine Challenge, was it not?
Yeah, so happy anniversary, obviously, to everyone as well. And yes, Douglas, and I echo everyone, obviously, thank you to all those who have been here before us, because obviously Elemental and I didn't start it. The first Thursday night online open mic, and I want to make sure that I say that, correctly, it started on March 26, 2020. So that's almost 4 years. We're like 2 or 3 days short of this, but we decided to celebrate it today, And that one was started by La Brua, who wasn't our executive director yet at that time, but since then she has become the executive director. Yes, we also had a Monday night online open mic thereafter, which started in April of 2020, and obviously, we had other hosts, then we had other hosts on Thursdays as well. Ray Jane, I know, she's not able to make it today due to another commitment in her other profession. So shout out to you, Ray Jane. I know we're going to see you soon again. And again, thank you, Elemental Force, to being with us and continuing, even though it's no longer twice a week. But hey, even once a week is great. And I echo what Michael and everyone else said. Without the last 4 years, I don't know if I would know any of you, and look at how many friendships and community and poetry and music and other things we have done in the last 4 years. So thank you, everyone. So everyone knows we're doing great many things at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, even though it is closed at the moment. You saw the many great other programs that Elemental showed us at the beginning. But today, Elemental is right. We're going to do raffles. We're going to do a minimum of 2 raffles, maybe 3. We're going to see how the evening goes. I get, contrary to belief, I can be a little bit gracious once in a while, though, But the first raffle that we're going to do, and you most likely have heard us saying it before, is for an online ticket, because we obviously want to honor that, this is an online open mic, and many of you are not physically present in New York City, including our host. So we do online programs as well. In addition to the online open mic, currently we are offering the Shine Challenge 2024. Now, what is the Shine Challenge? It is based on a toast by Langston Hughes. Many of us know about Langston Hughes, called The Sinking of the Titanic. The playwright Ishmael Reed, Paul Skiff can contest to that. Ishmael Reed is no stranger to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I actually just found out myself because we're still cleaning out, the building and going through the archives, and I realized, oh my God, Ishmael Reed did produce and, wrote many plays at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe in person before the pandemic, so I'm so honored that I have met him now online, in Zoom. So what he did, he took the 36 lines from Langston Hughes and expanded it into a 100-page script. It takes place in court over several days, and Ishmael expands on the issues of race, class, immigration, and engineering, all interweaved, with the sinking of the Titanic. It may not make sense now, but if you see it, you will love it. I mean, it is very powerful. I've been blessed to be at some of the rehearsals and the recording. It was recorded a month ago via Zoom. It has props, 12 actors. Two of them are actually with the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. One of them is Carita de la Luz, aka La Brua, our executive director, and our board of director chairman, Rome Neal, and Ishmael Reed himself is also playing a part in it. Now, tickets for that are $25. It's been a little bit. What do you call this? I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the word. It's been well received, and I say a little bit like it's been like, more and more people are discovering it. We had great reviews in the press. So because of the demand, we have extended the live recording to be viewable all the way until mid-April. And again, it's $25. But what we're going to do today, we're going to give away one ticket for anyone who is interested. So what we're going to do is anyone who would love to have a ticket to see this live recording, and once you win, and I'll send you the link, you can then watch this online recording at any time at your convenience between now and April 15. If anyone is interested to be entered in the raffle, give me your names now. You can either publicly put it in the Zoom chat or private DM me. And Elemental, in about 3 or 4 performances, once we collected everyone's names, we're gonna then raffle away this tickle. So let me know privately or via the chat, here, and whoever wants to be entered. So Elemental, I'm looking forward to this. And this is only one of the 2 or 3 raffles we're doing today. Definitely 2 for sure, though. Elemental, back to you for now.
Appreciate you, Ron. That cat's always on point. I'm telling you. Listen, these are not shows that you want to miss. All right. These are things that you definitely want to get involved with. Right. This one is an online ticket. Right. So, listen, this is, pull up some popcorn, easy, laid back. Like, listen, you can't get much better than that. Plus, it's an award-winning space. I know they might not have gotten it yet, but I guarantee you it's coming. All right. These are incredible poets, incredible artists putting together a show for you out of, like you said, based on a Langston Hughes poem, right? Was it Langston? Yes, right? 38 lines from a Langston Hughes poem. Listen, come on, man. Can you get much better? I mean, if you're gonna sample something, right? If you're gonna sample something, make sure it's the best. Appreciate you, Ron. So, folks, make sure you're plugging in, right? Winning those tickets is definitely in your benefit. All right. Coming up next, another mainstay of our community has been rocking for all these years and continues to come through, always with a rhyme, always on time. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Eddie, it's always great to see you. Happy 4th anniversary. Please take it away.
Happy 4th anniversary! Woo! Thank you, my brother. Like no other words like thunder. But first, thank you so much, everyone, being part of my family. Thank you so much for the extra color to my gray reality. Thank you so much. If you want to look at me in the chat, you know where it's at. This is my name is Ed Potato. Fantastic. Please, in time to drum Ryan for Sublime. I got a poem. This is about my father. This is called Painful Legacy. My name with a clouded mind soaked with ideas of being misled, while my broken heart plotted thoughts of his misfortune of being dead. A faint legacy of a fan member wishing to know everything about you, with a vision of an infamous man being a simple joke in the form of a tool. I'm a bastard from a man whose heart is made from onyx or maybe granite, yet I crawl away from your shadow made from stupid shit. My fated life was not bliss, soft, or kind, but instead it stacks you up and then round kicks you in the behind. I cry thunderstorms and hurricanes to howl your name, yet I feel so cold, bitter, and ashamed. I drink my salty tears like Asia's wine, bitter beer, and spicy rum, while my wrathful heart beats faster than any war drum. The vast fissures in my mournful heart cries with each and every time I try to drown out the stinging ashes of the pain so hurtful, crazy, and gray. I'm just a lonely, dark shadow wanting you in the past. Yet you were never there. Who am I kidding? Do you hardly care? Devilish kids are making whimsical jokes, stinking like acid rain. I pray for you to come while absorbing the scorching pain. Kids will be kids, yet their words scorch my fragile soul. But it helps to open my eyes and swallow the pain sevenfold. The toxic smell of cigarettes paints a picture. Sorry. The toxic smell of cigarettes paints a complete picture of you, Dad. It creates an overwhelming burden in my mind that makes me sad. The vermilion soaked needles and arrows poked away at my father's existence. Try my hardest to carry my boulder off, confused off to the distance. Every Father's Day, I have no one to show my everlasting gratitude to, yet labeled as a confused remnant in a pond to a joke of the fool. Dad, doesn't my name or existence cross your brick skull mind? I guess not. It looks like I remain hazy, confused, and blind. The blackened sun still shines with this confused and hurtful soul. Maybe in the future, I have a pure son to hold. Thank you.
I keep saying that is the work. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Eddie Ford.
Wow, Eddie.
Hey.
You have such a range, man. I mean, we're so used to your comedy, we don't realize your range. You know, that was so deep and so just moving, in a subtle way, and then, you've got your erotic stuff. You got so many different ways that you reach people.
Oh, that's called becoming a well-rounded artist, sir. Right? When you start playing things like pianos and you can start eliciting emotions from people, that's when you're really tapping into who you're supposed to be. Right? You are the instrument, right? You have to allow the universe to play you. Then you are tapped in. Then you become the conduit, right? And every time I hear you, Eddie, I've been saying it for years now, man. Stay with it. Stay committed, right? And you have, and you've only gotten better, right? And things like this, it only shows everyone in the world. Yeah, he does these things, but he can also get down like this, right? I cried thunderstorms and hurricanes to scream your name. Like, come on, man. Really? The stinging ashes, right? A joke of the pool. Like, come on, man. That's the work, folks. Right? Again, like I say, we like to, have fun with the flowery, rainbowy, whatever. But that's the work. Appreciate you, Eddie. Make sure you continue to come through and make sure you plug in with Poetastic. That cat's got all kinds of things going on, man. For real. Appreciate you, Eddie. Coming up next, the Jedi Master is in the building. This cat has been doing this longer than some of us have been thinking about doing it, and he continues to do it and do it and do it well. The one and only Paul Skiff in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It's always great to see you, sir. Happy 4th anniversary. Please take it away.
Oh, thanks everybody for being here. And I'm sorry, I'm feeling it. Living the 4 years of this spark and thinking of the first days when La Bruja kicked this up for everybody, and it was so popular. They started the Monday night with Advocate, and now here we are through this journey. So I can't do this in 3 minutes, so feel free to cut me off, but it's not that long. Well, I'm going to let this say everything I need to say. Because just like me, 4 years is a long time to stand up against a constant death threat. Let us remember the refrigerated trailers parked outside the back of the hospital. Let us remember the 24-hour a day storm of sirens. Let us remember the doctors and nurses who themselves fell. Let us remember the cowardice and frightening, vicious, antisocial stupidity of the failed leaders. Let us remember the mass burials. Let us remember the emptiness of the public. Let us remember the nightly 7 o'clock cacerolazo, bell ringing, pot banging, shouts and horns. Let us remember the decimated permanent care facilities. Let us remember the whole state populations who chose to die instead of getting a vaccine because they confuse self-destruction with freedom. Let us remember the empty supermarket shelves. Let us remember the street rebellions. Let us remember the price of eggs going through the roof. Let us remember the complete human helplessness. But here, that is right, here in this neighborhood made of electricity and light, this neighborhood made of brick, but here the witch who protects the future of overcoming implanted a spell seeded in hundreds of other voices made to this perpetual incantation. So the hex is constant. Her hechizo de garganta luz, un espejo de María Algarin's amor desafío tentando Miguel long ago to assemble poets in the living room. The legacy of Maria's provocation and the encantos de la bruja. There is no real name for why you came here tonight. Your voice transformed in the always here, never where, perpetually available and unkeepable, a door on never through which always visits, the one way to make now's riddle of where, solution for departing how. These are the explanationless insistence on the done side of your choice that does not feel like decision because breath supersedes thought, ecstatic release, transport of passion appoints continuity, that third manner of being affect, part you, part me, resonant on all edges of the sky. For here, feet planted, it is sky all voice relies upon, the spirit's oldest known companion, voice an oral puddle of the sky, eternal sky that connects us in vast communion, harboring what we say in one shape, togetherness. Sky and spirit together entwined by being both here and ungraspable in this other time where we are no longer physical. This moment, here, now, was loved into existence by the witch. She cast overcoming spirit vision seeds into heart pleasure listening, whose rhythm throbs were birthed within life, balanced on civilization's death quake, knowing need to abandon being alone and become the defiance chorus. Truth chants an ancient echo in her blood veins, heard across centuries from way before the island was called Puerto Rico, seed song of Atabey, Taino Zemi of the moon, survivance of every endangered, subjugated people. This is the spell you all speak tonight in your own voice. For you are the hex. This lesson of all where, never not is how Loisida's streets from the 20th century learned instant peril into me. So I have long mocked and ridiculed menace for peril's misguided assumption. I feel pain, bewilderment, or hopelessness. The satire on predation enacted by my survival laughs with more recognizable truth than reality owns with its vicious, unfeeling lethalities. For what humans believe does not make it so. The universe is not benign, and you have no right to be alive. My life is a claim to life like this. The incantation of the witch is made of practical magic. Grasp and understand this immunity as influence of your limit. Nothing makes a human more confined in their skin than their limit. Nothing liberates a human more than the voice. I have always pointed myself at the sky. I almost feel out of place in the luxury of your ears and eyes, alive in the peace of spontaneous destinies, summing up continuity, this continuity that you are living, that you make here tonight. Bienvenidos a la zona de libertad, seres queridos. La puerta está abierto de par en par. Virus, virus, stay apart. Even inside me, you will not own my heart. During the fourth year of pestilence, the virus infected prosperity with fatalism. The lethal microbe mutated into an extended malevolent family whose menace circulated in human negligence. Value lost its worth on the scale of usefulness. The world lost half of its brain, so things like airplanes could not be made without falling apart. The sickness exterminated so many victims. Humanity was driven to mimic the body count. So two major religions devolved into sacrificial death cults used as righteousness costumes by nationalist hate groups. The entire national populations were bomb fodder. Blowing up babies was seen as a way for leaders to build prestige. Reducing entire countries to massive apocalyptic mounds of blasted concrete showed there are governments whose self-esteem was brainwashed with 20th century atrocities. Massacre by industrialized extermination was perfected as a governmental publicity stunt. A religion strategized to hide its nihilism in hospitals and schools, where its own believers would be blasted by robot bombs. Headline wars sucked the world's charity away from common, everyday starving people. The United States of America became a lifeboat with one open seat left. Depopulated office districts starved whole city budgets. Being a vindictive, antisocial incompetent was a main qualification to get elected to government. The Supreme Court was populated with kangaroos. Billionaires treated outer space as their status symbol, while down on Earth, the statusless symbolized depraved indifference of the economy built on disposable humans. You were there. You lived it. You are the hex of overcoming. You are the sound serum, healing's curative breath, spirit talkers within sanctuary loved into existence as passion conspiracy improvised from how empty space bursts open to combust as this transcendence room voice now emanating within your own body. Sunshine and moon glow of Loisida illuminating you from the inside, each surviving voice a sonic smooch from the long ago founder's visionary imperative, the living apothecary of medicinal language. Welcome once again to our alive vibration. Here is where tomorrow's you will live, arise through your spirit. Amabilidad, granitos de arena que componen la playa de la supervivencia sobre la cual vividad humana distribuyen compasión como perseverancias mareas. Virus, stay apart. Even inside me, you will not own my heart. Miguel Lois, lucky Reverend Pedro, Untozake, Diane, Sandra Maria, Tato, Mikey, Richard, Shorty, Jorge, Americo, Eddie, Bell, Star, Miguel, Papoleto, Jose, Bimbo, Rao. You knew the poetry of your lives is what we would be needing today. Miércoles. Gracias y elogios, fundadores.
Just gotta let that just just unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul Skip.
His
Paul.
skipness,
Yeah.
his skip dudeness.
Yes.
The
Paul.
skipology,
Yes.
the skip PhD,
Yes,
the
but just the
skip, the
spiritual aspect of that voice.
skipness.
Yeah, it's
Crazy
just
you, Skiff. Skiff, you put together two words that I hope I never forget. Medicinal language. Oh,
There we go.
great
oh
point,
There we
CT.
go.
Well said, man.
There
man,
we
that's
go.
gorgeous.
There we go.
That's gorgeous.
There we go.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
we go.
We can
Thank
all
you so
learn from
much,
his
CP.
words.
I can't take credit for it. That was learned into me by Miguel.
Oh,
So you
that's
got it from
beautiful.
him. He just passed it off my mouth.
Yeah.
That's what this is all
That's
about.
Miguel.
Yes.
That's
Well,
what
you
this is
got
all
that
about.
sense of taking from the ancient and bringing it forward. I mean, we just felt that in your
for sure.
evocation and your intonation. Yeah, you really, you do. You bring the whole spirit of things through to us, and we appreciate that.
You know, again, this is why I say so many times I love this community, and it's the greatest community in the world, because we can share our true feelings about how we feel about these things, right? For those of you who may not have caught that, he just mentioned the founders, right? He just sung their names, right? Keeping them alive. into the 21st century, right? Even the living room, the Angels' living room, where this all started, right? Like, Paul is one of those folks. He's just, like he said, I got it from him. Now it's passed to you. Like, this is the conduit, right? This is the space, right? Thank you for being a part of it, for being dedicated to it, for being unwavering, and always shocking the world with what you do. So the hex is constant. Lower East Side of the streets, man. You are incredible, Paul Skiff. What humans believe does not make it so. But what we do know is one Paul Skiff. Thank you, sir. Please make sure you continue to come through. All right. Coming up next is the most eloquent writer I know, staying up wicked late to rock with us. But he continues to show why he is ridiculous with it, man. But in the most, I'm telling you, in the most beautiful of ways, this man's words is about to push you into a whole nother realm. The one and only Lantern Carrier in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Happy 4th anniversary. Please take it away.
My brother, happy 4th anniversary to all, essentially the Miguel team and everyone else in the poetry community. Shades of parenthood. There are myriad nuances in the art of nurturing an embryo, and parenting can be the loving light of a mother and father blending in harmony as one. I chose my mom before descending from the eternal alchemy that molded me into a spark called soul, unfurling its breath like the breeze to a cry that smelled not only its parentage, but struggles needed to transcend this earthly sojourn. Yet parenthood has many shades. Max nurtured his car so much that he paid homage to the sun, moon, and stars day and night just to satiate a compulsive addiction to see his Mercedes shine like a candescent ray of the perennial heavens. Woe unto those who ever touched his car. The miser is exceptionally skilled in nurturing his dineros. It is a painstaking task of ego, ambition, and avarice, all shaking hands in the strict confines of his blood vessels, not knowing how to cultivate anything else but money, thus creating a bondage of fetters. Enter the world of Miguel Algarin, nurturing his dream like one from a butterfly kingdom, knowing that someday this visionary cocoon would become reality. 50 years of poetry and the arts, 4 years of an online Zoom anniversary of bars to celebrate that soared like a bird during COVID-19, and you will be in the arena of lava, of selfless joy, the creativity of the famous Nuyorican Cafe. Like my mother, Miguel gave us sweet potatoes, mangoes, and avocados coming from a soil so rich, the eloquence tasted like holy prasad from a sacred Indian puja. I saw him once, sitting in silence, a marked contrast from a mahogany brown, soaring on a bird of exuberance, igniting the joyfulness of laughter in those who came to bask in the cafe's genial spectacle. Miguel gave me a moonlit smile, even while resting in the silence of a golden stillness. Such was the effect of his demeanor and persona. He had created a vortex of camaraderie that transcended his day. Blessed by love, he was like one who planted the seeds of his own destiny. Shining like a rainbow, he appeared steeped in the tranquility of solitude, soaring on high like an eagle, as fleet-footed in his visionary soul like a 100-meter runner in motion. Today, the cafe continues to grow, nurtured by the shining lights of La Bruja, Nico Diaz, the recent Ray Jane and advocate of words, Elemental, Paul Conquesto, and the ever-lovable Tech, Ron Mark Thompson. It has grown increasingly like sunshine, like the cute naivety of a child's smile, the gracefulness of peacocks, and the majestic splendor of spring flowers. Its paragon of creativity, diversity, sacrifice, and service waltzes on the lap of Miguel's illustrious soldiers. Now, in the word which was in the beginning, our souls are healed or healing, manifest in the visionary dreams of greater artistry and much brighter tomorrows. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
I tried to tell y'all. I tried to tell y'all who this cat really is. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Yeah, Lantern, beautiful tribute.
London.
Well
You're so
played.
right
Nice.
about, man. It's
Like
like
the
a
London.
facade.
I
It's just such
I
a
can
gift
tell
of
stories
directing.
about the London, but they will not even be high enough. Say
Shining lantern. He's
Yes.
shining, brother.
London.
Just absolutely. It was so beautiful to see you with all those other people, all those other poets that just.
We had a great time, a great time.
I bet it you did,
It's the
man.
apex of poetry.
Yeah.
Lantern is the apex of poetry.
Nobody dishes out
He's the pure
medicinal
spirit. He's
language.
all from the heart. Everything is just directly emanating from empathy and
Yeah, nobody dishes out the medicinal language like you, Lantern.
You threw in that
He dropped
medicinal
some
language too.
back on you. Hold up. See what happened? You see what happened? The medicine start flowing, it start blowing, and then everybody got to get a little, you know what I mean? Everybody getting a little contacted by it. So, listen, it is, that's why I said the most eloquent writer I know. But how medicinal is your mother's just, oh, baby, it's going to be all right? Right? It's going to be all right? Or your dad said, oh, you good, boy? Yeah, I am. Okay, hey, you know what I'm saying? That is indeed medicinal. The art of nurturing an embryo, right? Not knowing how to cultivate anything but money, right? It's like my mother. Miguel is, and it's, again, not just about language, it's about, inflection and just we are all Miguel's illustrious soldiers because we continue to push this artistry forward. We continue to carry this banner. We continue to push this art form beyond, right? Beyond what was even possible at the time they were getting down doing this in the living room. But we will stay dedicated to it and committed to it until it becomes something beyond what it is now. Thank you much. Appreciate you. All right. Coming up next. Listen, every time this cat comes through, you hear him. Every time we unmute, you hear him. This incredible poet has come in the past couple years and has continued to rock with us and show us that he not only does it, but does it well. Host of Chaos Magic every Monday night, the one and only Gustav Salas is here. Let these folks know where they can find you, Gustav. It is always great to see you. Happy 4th anniversary. Please take it away.
Greetings, Elemental, RMT, and beloved poets. Happy 4-year anniversary, everyone. Yeah. All right. I am Magus801, MAGUS 801 on IG. Give me a follow. Let's start some good trouble. I do host Chaos Magic Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Zoom ID is in the chat. Let's make some magic together. Come on through. I have 2 poems to celebrate the 4th anniversary tonight. My first poem is called Syzygy. Behold our loving energy. When stars align, it's syzygy. Nuyo poets' creative diversity. We spit in the face of adversity. Born on wings of eloquence, dropping truths of consequence, letters forming words of magic, transforming trauma and the tragic, distill from pain the raw emotion, pours on the page like an ocean. We keep writing so we don't drown, with every adjective, adverb, verb, and noun. Thoughts coalesce that will astound. Watch these weirdos get profound. On Thursday night, the place to be, Nuyorican open mic, you see. Our voices coming down the wire. We set this fucking Zoom on fire. And this next piece is called MK Ultraman. Forged in the fires of chaos magic Mondays, I rise from the ashes for elemental on Thursdays, spitting out lines like depleted uranium, blowing your mind inside that cranium. I am a fount of creativity. I am Mighty Mouse on LSD. Here I come to save the day. I live in Florida, but I still say gay. Like MK Ultraman, the psychedelic warlock, I bend time as I wind back the clock. Throw those hands up and say, don't shoot. Nourish your body from root to the fruit. I got that old time evangelical agnosticism. Stand together now to oppose fascism. Dance your own dance to a beat only you can hear. Then Nuyorican poets will appear, transporting you far away in time and space, all done with inimitable style and grace. So just sit back and chill. I'm about to get ill because I got the gusto, ready to busto. With the dope rhymes, we make the good times. On Thursday night, see, we got that poetry to make your mind fly. Open that third eye, perform a heart check like I was Aztec. Thank you very much. Love you all. Happy
This
4th.
dude does it for real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Gustav Solid.
Love it. Love the
Megas.
advocacy in there. Love the
side.
just
Yo, man, like
we're all together in it, man.
I
Beautiful.
love Gustav because like Gustav has this level of honesty against the system that is so infectious.
That's
I love
right.
you, my brother.
Yeah.
He is always making good trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, listen.
Always making good trouble, yeah.
The crazy part is we had an opportunity. I did a cover of Megus's poem, but I turned it into a group piece with Elemental. Megus's
nice.
work, like your work, Megus, like on paper, it's you. Like the energy is you every single line. Like, and I
Yeah.
appreciate you being you.
Oh, I
all
want to
the
hear
time.
that. I want to hear that.
Crazy.
I want to hear that piece with Elemental. When
Did
is
you
it
do
gonna
it here, right?
when
We
is
haven't
it
done
gonna
it here
be?
yet. Nope.
Oh,
not
okay.
here
Do it
yet.
here so it's on YouTube forever.
We'll do it sometime next week, maybe. Yeah.
Next week? Please, CP, please, I beg you, tag me on that.
It's fun.
On that, please.
No, it absolutely is. It absolutely
It's
is.
fun.
Listen, I appreciate y'all so much for making sure the Magus knows what's going on. The piece that Maze and I did, yeah, it is pretty incredible. It crackulates. Syzygy is a poem that I love that Gustav Salas wrote, right? Even the fact that he decided to call it Syzygy, like, what a word wizard that we have. You know what I mean? Born on the wings of eloquence, right? Yes, sir, your poetry does pour on the page like an ocean. Watch these weirdos get profound. Yeah, man. You know, you right in that fold. You know what I mean? That's why you rocking with us in year 4. Think you was rocking with us in year 3 too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's what we do, right? MK Ultraman. Listen, I'm a fount of creativity, no doubt about that. I've been time as I wind back the clock. Yeah, that's dope. I got the gusto ready to busto, baby. You better make sure you're ready for it because it's coming right at you. Appreciate you, Gustav, for real. Make sure y'all plugging in to Chaos Magic every Monday night. I believe it's 8 p.m., right? 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you plug in. Shout out Thomas and Catalyst. Shout out Open Minds. credible space. Make sure you fall through. All right, Ron, I believe we are ready to spin said wheelie deal. Yes?
Sorry, I thought we were doing it after.
Right, my fault. Let's see what I'm saying? Like, I get excited. All right, one more poet. So we have a new voice in the building. Oh my goodness. 4th anniversary, and we have a new voice in the building. Please, Bonnie, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
To the greatest community in the world. Please, without giving us your exact location, where in the world are you plugging in from this evening?
Plugging in from Los Angeles.
LA in the building. Let's go.
So I just have to tell this quick story. Mine's a very short poem, but my very first open mic ever was here almost 4 years ago during the pandemic. And I did one, and because I see some familiar faces, it was still my favorite poem. It was on George Floyd. And from then on, I really was doing just a lot of rage writing. And so after I was able to leave Florida for LA, I go to this little park and write almost every day. And so I have a bunch of poems from the park that I just like observational stuff going on. So that's what this is a part of. Not quite as powerful as some of my other stuff, but anyway, I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you for being here. Please listen, you see how this has gone. Make sure you are plugging in your information so we can follow you and remind you that you need to be here. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Please take it away. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This is called And So It Goes. Some sleep atop the morning's dew. Some sleep atop the sun's morning dew. Others opt for shade. A lone monarch butterfly flutters by, searching for a mate. The man with suitcases teetering high asks to pet a well-coiffed dog, making friendly banter until the owner moves along. The crows fly in for breakfast, unfettered by the squirrels who creep up close but scurry back. They know who makes the rules. Struggling with stacked possessions on a cart in disrepair, a man takes a rest stop under a tree, unfolding his bright purple soccer mom's chair. The woman with her life in a red roller bag treats everyone as her friend as she chases in vain her feisty dog Daisy round the park again and again. 2 officers amble through the park, catching most everyone's eye. It's time to move along, I guessed. The sun was rising high. Moms and nannies and children might soon want the park to themselves. Would overnight visitors disappear, seeking daytime places to dwell? No loud talk or scary threats, more of a hopeful intent, as if the officers already knew the futility of their requests. A few packed up and trudged along. The officers drove away. So it goes in our streets and parks, another God Bless America Day.
That's how you do it, folks. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bonnie.
Yeah, plenty of power in that. Just awesome. You don't have to yell to have power.
Thank you.
You have it in your close observation, and you're really seeing clearly.
The build-up, the build-up was so incredibly amazing because it was surprising. And you still knew that there was a build-up happening. You did it well.
Thank you so much.
And your voice, it could be like on an Audible tape. Like I can hear myself listening to an Audible book. Like,
oh my
with
God,
your voice.
This is like too much for my ego.
It's okay. You'll learn to love it. You'll get By the way, some canto. You're really weak. Your sound is very low. So
it is?
No, some cantos. I just want to make sure he fixes it before it gets to be his
How about now?
Yeah. Better.
How about now?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I just want to, Michael Sindler said it in the chat, I mean, there's
okay, all
a
right.
lot of ways to be
Is it okay
a
now?
quiet storm.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Nice. Blessings. Is it okay now?
No doubt about it. Listen. As what the Jedi Master was saying, right? It a quiet storm indeed, right? So, first of all, welcome back, right, to the community. Again, make sure you are plugging your information into the chat so we can remind you that you are a member of the greatest community in the world. Um, and and you have the nerve, ma'am, to be a dope poet, right? You have the nerve to come through and show out. Like this is what you're supposed to do, right? And listen, we don't have to stroke your ego, man. We are 100% genuine, just weirdos being profound, as Gustav Salas just said. You know what I mean? So that's what I said. Welcome to the weirdo corner. You know, she mentioned the crows jumped in, tried to come in for breakfast, but the squirrels run that, and they know who makes the rules. The detail of this line, she said, unfolding his bright purple soccer mom chair. Like, just the detail in all of that. That attention to detail will take you beyond this universe. Thank you so very much for showing up this evening, for becoming a part and a member of the greatest community in the world. Thank you very much. We look forward to hearing more of your work. So make sure you get it ready because we're looking forward to it. All right. Before we move on, we are going to pass it back to RMT so we can spin this wheel. Come on, Ron, take it away.
Yes, yeah, wonderful, wonderful, powerful. Welcome back, Bonnie. It's like, wow, amazing. 4 years, it's wonderful. I also want to echo something that Elemental and many of our previous hosts, including Ray Jane, mentioned that, I love our community here because we at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, we don't colonize the online space. We want to make sure that everyone gets together for many other online gatherings. Michael Cinder is going to be at an open mic featuring CP Mays. I know is with the Poetry Network. Doing a bi-monthly open mic. Gustav, very smartly when we had to reshuffle our online open mics here and we had to end our Monday night online open mic. Congratulations, Gustav, that you took that slot and powerful. Everyone is coming to your open mics. We love you. And we also love that you're a very good supporter of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Yes, that. So again, thank you, everyone. I can't shout out everyone, but it is just amazing, Paul Skiff. You are just the OG here. It is amazing, though. So just to remind, we're going to do the first raffle and a quick thing again. The first raffle is one ticket we're giving away to the stage play recording of the Shine Challenge 2024, which is written by Ishmael Reed, an expanded version, a 100-page script based on the 36 lines of the Toast by Langston Hughes about the sinking of the Titanic, reimagined and fully expanded. And the reason Ishmael Reed called it 2024 because he doesn't want it to end here. He actually invites anyone who watches his stage play to comment, whether it's in the YouTube link you're going to get the winner or whether his email address is listed, at the end of the stage play recording as well. So let him know how you felt about it. What else would you like to see? He is very open to that. So again, it's a $25 ticket that we're giving away. So I'm going to go over to the Wheel of Names, which is a public website, so I'm not inventing anything here. And just to make sure that I entered everyone's name correctly, I have entered Angie, Bonnie, Catman, Dane, Ed, Generalissimo, Michael, Paul, Gustav, and some Condor. If there's anyone for any reason I missed, raise your digital hand right now. I'm going to give it a second or 2 seconds. If not, we're gonna hold on. Let me make sure that no one else raising them. Nope. So then, somebody is raising. Garland Thompson. Okay, Garland. Thank you. I know you came in a little bit late, so I'm gonna add Garland right now. You see, I'm doing it so that way I'm not cheating. I'm not giving any favors to everyone. This is purely randomly. And here we go. Spinning, spinning, spinning. Oh, Garland, wow. I almost was like, I saw that ad, but Garland, congratulations. I'm going to remove you from it. You will get the private link that I will send to you. Wow, wow, wow. That is just amazing. Well, what a draw of luck, though, you know. All right, everyone stay tuned. This is not the only raffle we're doing. Elemental, in about 2 or 3 performances, let's announce the next raffle that we're going to do. And again, wonderful 4-year celebration. I really enjoy everyone. Congratulations, Garland. And let's keep on going. Let's keep celebrating. Elemental, back to you.
Absolutely, Ron. Thank you. Congratulations, Garland. Listen, timing is everything. Timing is everything. All right. Like for real. Truly appreciate y'all for rocking with us this evening. Listen, I personally, I think it's the least that we can do. I know we have been providing and our partners have been providing a free online space. But listen, y'all, it is y'all, right? It is our collective spirit. It is our creativity that continues to make this space necessary. All right. That's why I say what I say every Thursday night, right? Your voice truly is necessary in this space. So thank you for sharing it with us. All right. Appreciate you, Ron. Again, congratulations, Garland. Make sure y'all jumping in, right? Keep up with the flow so you can jump in and possibly win some things this evening also. All right. Coming up next, this incredible artist. Listen, again, that's why I love our community. This incredible artist continues to make way for other artists. He has a publishing company, I Publish You. Published also another artist out in LA. Shout out D. Allen. This incredible poet is about to blow you away. I guarantee it. The one and only Dane Ince in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Dane, it is always great to see you. Please take it away.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I'll put some information in the chat, but Tuesday nights, Time to Arrive. You can find it out on Facebook. It's really simple. Time to Arrive open mic. So I have 2 pieces. Someplace, which is kind of on the theme, and the other one is Slow Cooking, which is thanks to a workshop hosted by Michael Sindler today. If you get a chance ever to go to a Michael Sindler thing he's doing, you better go there because it's just a really amazing, wonderful experience. Someplace in Alaska, the plane overshot the runway, crash, burn. Now I will never know. It's a journey, becoming an expert on the secret shape of holes. I carry this from the day in the dark in a bare wood room at the back of the house on Collins Street. The sun was streaming bright, beating down bright on a bare dirt backyard. The front yard surrounded by a small grove of black oak trees. In springtime, the fuzzy yellow asp would rain down from the branches high, stinging near the creek where we caught crawdads, blinking, trying to make sense of the words. What would it mean? What does it mean? Your daddy died in a plane crash. I thought you should know. Slow cooking. The last light left sometime when I was not around. All was dark, dark, very dark, and where dark is born, brick and sawdust sandwiches, deep fried, grilled on the stove top and chalk. The Last Supper, could not taste a thing. No funeral casserole, seasickness, did not spoil my appetite. Later, we were back on land. Greasy enchiladas, refried beans, jalapenos, vines of cheddar, shred in heaps, Big Bend Mountains, West Texas desert, Tex-Mex, ZZ Top album cover. I find a picture from a barbecue joint, and all of you in it is your hands on the table, and I close the picture book on memories of blood vomit. I tried and failed, and now I have a better chance. Since lunch was so far a long time ago, the house is warm. Old man gets lucky luck, seeing another egg Benedict sunrise. Love is poured wine on me again. I'm drunk and happy for the stain. All that was is the price of getting here, getting to this now of slow cooking, loveliness in my heart. You make me salivate. You fill me with joy. You're smiling, serving me love and supper, cocoa van and sauces delight. I can imagine dessert. Thank you.
I don't know. That dude does it. I'm telling you. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dane.
If you can ever go to something that Dane,
I am happy for the stain. Like
oh my God,
life has poured red wine on me, and I'm happy for the stain. What the hell, man? Walk away. Walk away. I don't want to see you.
Yo, Dane, ever since I met Dane Ince, right? Or I shouldn't say that. Ever since I've been introduced to the poetry of Dane Ince, it just now dawned on me, right? Like, I mean, Ince, I don't know if a matter of fact that's your given name. I don't know, but it just clicked to me like it would be Dane Intense. Like your poetry has always been intense. Like ever since the first time that I heard your work, right? And you, sir, are the standard for eroticism in my poetic world is Dane Ince, right? Because it was never, it was always, you know what I mean? So again, Dane Intense, right? Like Dane Ince is intense. Like that's to me, that's your poetry style. And it's amazing, sir. The sun was screaming bright, right? That slow cooking. Listen, man, you cook anything slow, you go get something spectacular. Near the creek where we caught crawdads, like 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 that's what we used to do. My uncle and my cousins and I, we used to go to the creek and catch crawdads, right, with chicken liver, right, on a stick with fishing line, and we used to, something about that, right? Another eggs Benedict sunrise. All that was is the price of getting here, right? Appreciate you, Dane. Truly. Listen, Dane Intense, for real. Thank you, sir. Truly. And thanks to Dane Ince, we have been introduced to our next incredible artist who has come through. And listen, sometimes folks just, just get with it right in the frequency, know exactly how to do it, and just jump right in. And that is exactly what this next poet has done. And then they work together. And it's just magical. The one and only Mercedes Duggar is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Please, if you could, angle your camera down a little bit so folks can actually see what's going on. I would love to make sure that folks can see exactly who is delivering all the magic this evening. Thank you for being here. Let these folks know where they can find you. Please, happy 4th anniversary. Take it away.
Thank you, Elemental, and happy anniversary to y'all. I just have a short rondeau tonight. The dead flowers remain in place, though they are long gone from her vase. Indifferent to summer breeze, impervious to winter freeze, dead flowers always haunt this space. A new bouquet cannot erase the sadness on the woman's face. Everywhere she looks, she sees the dead flowers. Wishing those flowers had the grace to disappear without a trace. Away from her, contentment flees. Dead flowers fill her with unease. She knows that she cannot replace the dead flowers. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're just like, oh Oh, short and powerful. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mercedes.
Short and powerful
Yes,
indeed.
That theme of dead
Yes.
flowers is beautiful
Ooh.
because
Yeah, you would
you
never
you start
think that
thinking
Yes.
about
she's only
flowers
been
and different
Wow.
flowers, because flowers is not just flowers; they are different kind of flowers. You know what I mean? So that is heavy when you actually really deeply think about it, because dead flowers could be all dead flowers, or dead flowers could be just one dead flower. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
flowers
dead
is
flowers
only
represent such a deeper meaning. Sometimes they are kept as mementos of a beautiful moment, and
Yeah.
sometimes they die because they're not taken care of the way they're supposed to. So that's
Yeah.
just like it's a plethora of different reasons of why. That's awesome.
Well,
Come on now. That's how you jump in the game. That's how you jump in the mix. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate that. Truly. Um, exactly. Right. Again, this is what I love about our community, folks, is because we can analyze things like this. Do dead flowers still smell as sweet? Do they still taste as sweet? Dead flowers remain in place, Mercedes said. Everywhere she looks, she sees those dead flowers. However, where there is death, there was once life, which means energy flows, right? Energy exists because it flows in a cycle, yes? Close the circuit and it continues. Appreciate you, Mercedes. Thank you for listen, for plugging in and staying plugged in. We are thankful that you are a member of the greatest community in the world. All right. Where did he? There he is, of course. Coming up next, storytellers in the building. I like to call this gentleman the Vincent Price of poetry because he is so crazy eloquent. He is so crazy detailed and one of the best storytellers in the world. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Ike. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
4 years. Not again. How? Not again. I wrote this during 2016, but I am still scared. And I was told only yesterday it's timely. When girls were cooking like withered women, when children were bullying children, and men are cheating like men with guns on their belt, when the rich dodged the draft and the maimed ended on Skid Row, when I screwed you before you screwed me, when whites were for whites only, when sheep-colored humans paid the price, when children were separated for national security reasons, when guns and money was all but justice, on the beat and the dead could not stand their ground anymore, when capitalistic globalism made slaves of us all, when the gullible believed in the Mexican Wall, and the base devours raw meat, and the mob demands lock her up. And Kellyanne Conway, remember her? Kissed her husband from hell. When the Trumpian Twitters ignite these populist bullshitters. When MAGA was mass hysteria turns into a supremacist bacterium. When corruption so deeply rooted flourishes in the abyss of the legal decline. When the bullying, the dead, is just fine and cruelty has become the new norm of entertainment. The use of opioids, herbicides, insecticides, pesticides, antibiotics, and hormones are out of control when water and air is auctioned to the highest bidder. When wealth fixes scholastic grades and education is for sale. When the peddling of pharmaceuticals entices illnesses we should never have. Poverty and homelessness as being black, alive in permanent fear, and what to do remains unclear. When the 45th White House contaminated a confused nation and the lobbyist contaminated legislature, cowardly keeps shaking in their fashionable boots. When the SCOTUS sleeps in comforting corruption, pretend if they had no clue. Inspired by that legalized corruption has opened the door for insurrection. When take back our country becomes a desperate cry for change. So back to what is never explained. When the mirror on the wall has long forgotten who we are, and we, the people, can't see ourselves, not anymore. When death and destruction is the price for truth, the America of today is the America long in the making. Ignorance did not educate, telling us today is who we became. Dear Lord, let's not make that America ever great again. It's not who we were. It's not what we became. It's not even what we see. It's not to whom we speak. It's all about understanding our history. It's all about what we are learning from our history. This is, let's see, who we want to be. This is who we will become. This is what finally we will be. The land of the brave and free. America, my home. I like to call our America. Yes, I too have a dream. Thank you.
Our America. What a thought. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike Whoa.
I love it, Ike.
Magnificent as
Yeah,
always.
brilliant.
Love it, Ike. Oh,
That last line, I too have a dream. Wow.
Ha.
That hit it.
Nice way to end it.
wow.
Again, shout out the educators in the building, right? I tell my students all the time, we are living Dr. King's dream, right? Problem is, a lot of them don't really care. Listen, Ike, every time you come to this space, you allow us to see a master at work, right? He started out by saying 4 years, not again, not again. When the gullible believed what was going on, nah. Cruelty has become the new norm for entertainment. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Water and air is auctioned to the highest bidder. Absolutely. Education is for sale. Believe it. Believe it. I know you want to think that there are sanctuaries or sanctums that are safe. No. Capitalism lurks in every shadow. Our country becomes a desperate cry for change. Yeah. Thank you, Ike. Truly appreciate you. Make sure you are plugging in with Ike Waltz. He has written an incredible number of books, published in an incredible way. Make sure you are plugging in. His artistry is incredible. All right. Coming up next, Shout out Concrete Generation. Shout out Keeper of Concrete. Listen, this incredible poet right here, one of the best in the world, ranked best in the world, is connected to what we do in a way that makes you feel what you're about to experience. I've had the pleasure of working with him. You will hear lots and lots and lots more from these two cats. The one and only CP Mays in the building. Let these cats know where they can find you online, folk. It is always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. Good to be here. I'm kind of heartbroken. I was wanting to hear Douglas like all week, and I missed him because he went early and I was at tutoring with my kids. Shout outs to the educators. Yeah, it's been good. I host Bottoms Up second and fourth Sunday. I'll put the information in chat. New poem. There's an angel bedwetting inside the wedding band on your wedding hand, on your wedding finger. A monogamous promise that's not supposed to slip outside your reach. What the hell am I doing here's asking rhetorical questions like, when was the last time you were happy? Like, how much whiskey does it take to screw in the light bulbs of your self-esteem? Like, if you made a marriage of metaphor, mannequins, black tar heroin, and cigarette butts, would the God give me graceful gutter gift inside your gift of gab be mistaken as a miracle for the masses or a middle finger to the pompous? Hell's proof that God's grudge comes with timeless temper tantrums. So if need be, walk through hell with gasoline draws on, because heaven's a hell of a hallelujah. So get stoned like Jesus did. Afterlife is an afterthought. If you're an angel, ask always and forever. We defied the odds of never settling for breaking even or breaking down or backing down. Tell time to keep up with our secondhand halo hand-me-downs. Tell paradise to change the paper where the cage bird sings. Tell all of the stray dogs I've ever pet to stop feeding pussy to every other stray dog. They always meet yesterday. I flipped the bird towards one of my fragile backbones. Realize the mirror's just a professional liar and karma's just a blank check. Life is a bitch who I can't keep wet, gambling on yourself as if it's a poker face bet. My catharsis is a comet tail. I hitchhike through the galaxy of your grin and your mouth. It's a miracle heaven doesn't make anymore, mi amore. Your tongue has become a bully in the back of my throat. Your French kiss is a parole board freeing me from all of my bad convictions. Your thighs, two lips, a two-strike pitch. My tongue plans on hitting a home run through your heart's a house I've packed my bags and left from way too many times before. The fever of your feminine, sexy scripture sweats. My favorite cross-skin nipples. My favorite font. I want to dip all of my typeface into the narcotic liquid of your silhouette, just to write, rewrite, and edit myself back into the nape of your neck. Deep dive underwater, wishing wells until I can owe you every vowel in my breath. Hashtag respect. Hashtag I'm a fucking train wreck. Hashtag I love with no regret. Hashtag you are my no regret poem.
I said I'm gonna start calling his ass Mr. Trainwreck. I said that. Unmute yourself. Give it up for C.
Yes.
Boom, yeah.
Yeah, man. You're a
No regret.
genius.
Boom.
No regret.
Yeah.
No regret.
Awesome.
Narcotic liquid of your silhouette. Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah, right? You heard that too, huh, Professor
Yeah,
Platinum? Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, like that feedback lets me know I can put that pocket in my poem of pockets to keep in rotation. So yeah, New Yo's fourth. This is my sophomore year with the New Yo. So many dope poets, like so many dope poets. Like I really can't wait to see what we're doing in the summertime because we're pushing creativity, and I can't wait to see what we're doing in the summer. So yeah, thank y'all.
CP, you teach a lesson every time you speak a poem here, so thank you.
Right. Word. Oh, coming from Skiff, my pants just got tight in the front. Oh my God.
Let it out, baby.
So listen. I truly love when creativity speaks every language, right? In every dialect, right? Like it is so universal. The universe shows up at poetry readings, right? I've said this before, right? The universe shows that it's a poetry fan constantly, like a true lover of poetry, right? And then the universe has a nerve to say, watch this, watch this. I'm gonna send you a CP maze. Watch this, right? The wedding ring on your wedding ring, the monogamous promise not supposed to extend past your reach, right? How much whiskey does it take to screw in a light bulb? This guy. Heaven's a hell of a hallelujah. You're ridiculous, for real. Never settling for breaking even or breaking down. The mirror's just a professional liar. Your French kiss is the parole board, the narcotic liquid of your silhouette. Yeah. Until I can owe you every vowel in your breath. That dude's serious with it. Appreciate you, Maze. Listen, that dude's serious for real. Appreciate you, Maze. Make sure you're plugging into CP Maze and all the incredible stuff that he's about to get into because he's 100% on it. Before we move on, I'm gonna pass it back to the one and only RMT because we're getting ready to give away some more free stuff. Come on, Ron, tell them about it.
Thank you. Like it's so funny. I have to be ready. Like that's what I love about working with you, Elemental. That I always have to be on point because I was just about private DMing Lantern. Lantern, I'm going to get back to you in 5 minutes to answer your question. And again, happy 4th anniversary, everyone. I also want to remind. I see a few more performers have joined us in Zoom here. We still are doing a good luck round, even though we have re-expanded the 2 minutes to the regular 3 minutes a day. Let Elemental or me know if you would like to perform. We are still doing a good luck round. We are going to celebrate till we heard, from everyone who wanted to be heard. So, for those of you who did come in a little bit late, by the way, we are streaming as always to our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and Twitter feed. So if you did miss the harmonica from Doug Silver and the guitar from Catman Bill, just go to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe's social media and you can rewatch the live stream after we're done with the live stream. For those of you who came in a little bit late in Zoom, yes, we did have a raffle here to give away one ticket, which normally costs $25, but we gave away one free ticket to the Shine Challenge 2024, an online stage play recording by the famous Ishmael Reed, no stranger to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. And with him, we recorded his most recent stage play and made it available for ticket purchasers until mid-April. Now, I have been authorized to give away one more ticket, so I already added 2 more names, Jenny and Finn Bell. If there's anyone else who would still like to get a ticket to this online stage play recording, let us know, please. Now, raise your hands so I can see it because I don't have access to the chat right now. But and I have all the other remaining names from before except Garland, because Garland, you already won your ticket. Garland, I sent you a private DM to confirm your email address. Please get back to me when you get a chance. So we're going to do this in about a minute or two, but let me also announce our second and last raffle for today. We're going to give away in-person tickets. So that's going to be for those of you who either live in the New York City metro area, or if you're planning to come to New York City. Sol Preem, who used to host the Monday night on-site open mics at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe before we closed the building. Now, during the reconstruction, he hosts his open mics at the Loy Cider Center, which is on 9th Street at Avenue C. That's on every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. And just like here in this online open mic, at the on-site in-person open mic, everyone is welcome, whether it's comedy, whether it's poetry, whether it's a short story, or whether it's music. We had a few musicians there as well. So if you want to be entered in this raffle, indicate, this is for the Sol Preem open mic, and the ticket will give you an entry for you plus one guest, and you will have the choice to choose one of the dates, either next week, Wednesday, March 27th, or April 10th or April 24th. Again, it's at the Loy Cider Center, 9th Street in Manhattan, New York City. We open the doors at 6 and we start at 6:30 p.m. This is also live stream, but we do not do performances online. All the performances are in person. So if you want to be entered for this raffle, which we're going to do in about 15-20 minutes, let me know in the chat. So now I'm gonna minimize this. I'm gonna take a look to see if I didn't miss anyone. Okay, and just to confirm, so I'm gonna go, let me know if I missed any names. So everyone who was previously entered, except Garland. Garland, you already won one ticket. We're not gonna give away two tickets, but I still have Angie, Bonnie, Catman Bill, Dane, Ed, Brian, Jenny, Michael, Paul, Finn, Gustav, and some Kondo. So this is for the Shine Challenge. Did I miss anyone? Oh, Terry Rose, I see your message right now. So let me add Terry Rose. Anyone else? Going once, going twice? It looks like everyone. No, I'm going to do a favor. I'm going to click shuffle. Again, we're using wheelofnames.com. It's not a Nuyorican Poets Cafe website. This is wheelofnames.com. Thank you so much. They are not sponsoring us, but we appreciate that they let us use the wheel. I'm going to shuffle. Okay, I'm going to shuffle again. Okay, now you can see all the names are shuffled. I'm going to hide away the names. So all the names are here. And now I'm gonna click. And this is again for a second ticket to the Shine Challenge. And this time it is, whoa! So I love how good. Catman Bill from Connecticut. Catman Bill, congratulations. You have won the second ticket to the Shine Challenge. I do have your email address, so I will email that to you. And congratulations again. That gives you access to watch the online recording until mid-April, so you can watch it at any time. Thank you everyone again for participating. Sorry, hey, we had two winners, which is, great. Not everyone can win. I wish I could win, but hey, I was part of it. All right, so let us get back to our next performer. Yep, you know what, Elemental, I'm gonna send it back to you because you are one of the greatest hosts, and I'm glad you are still with us here on Thursdays for over a year. You graced your presence here with us on Mondays, and I'm so happy we are continuing to rock the ship on Thursdays, going into the 5th year now. Elemental, can you dig it? Almost 4 years now, and now we're going into the 5th year. I don't know, but we loved it's because, you know what, Elemental? It's because of the community. Without the community, everyone who has been with us in the last 4 years, even the ones who are no longer with us, the ones who hosted, the ones who participated, the ones we used to see every week, and now they've gone busy, their lives, their schedules have changed. We all appreciate you. We cannot name you all by names, but we all appreciate you. And Elemental and I, we're going to continue to do it as long as we can. And if we no longer can, we're going to make sure we hand it over to someone else who can continue that. So I hope I said that good. That's how I feel, and I'm pretty sure you'll feel the same way. Back to you, Elemental.
Absolutely, Ron. We are thankful for all those who blazed this trail that allowed us to get to this point, right? All those people, every single one of those steps, every single one of those trailblazers, every single one of those fearless artists who decided that this craft was for them. This is not an easy path, folks. You know that, right? People look at us quite strange, like, okay, so why would you do that? Because I can't do anything else, right? Like, do you maybe you don't know. This is like breathing, right? You wouldn't deny yourself air, would you? Just as we wouldn't deny ourselves this, because it is that much a part of who we are. As I said, some people do this, but we do this. Coming up next, this is another incredible gentleman who has been rocking with us for some years. As a matter of fact, he was the first one that showed me you could have virtual backgrounds. And since that day, I have been trying to freak it out in as many ways as possible. And he happens to be an incredible poet. One thing I can tell you is everything he thinks is all in his mind. The one and only Generalissimo in the building, who I like to call the Iron Chef of poetry. Let these folks know where they can find you, Generalissimo. It is always great to see you, sir. Happy 4th anniversary. Please take it away.
Things in the chat. I just want to say that on the 30th of this month, Saturday, the 30th at 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be featuring in Brownstone Poets. You do have to register for that event, and I just put how to do that in the chat. Then the first is going to be my next Cafe Generalissimo open mic. And let me have the first poem I wrote at Michael Sindler's workshop this afternoon. Called I Was Born a Member of the Supper Club. As a Southerner, I prefer suppers to dinners. The difference between the two is more than semantics. Supper is a more casual event. Supper is knowing that friends and family prefer to use the back door or side door rather than the front door, and knocking is a better option than the doorbell. Supper can happen earlier in the afternoon than dinner. I've never heard of a supper party, though suppers can coincide with parties. In the South, Thanksgiving dinner at a home is a supper. Supper is about that one dish that the host runs out of every time. Supper is about not being afraid to eat seconds or thirds, but supper is about more than food. Supper is about more than leftovers and Ziplocs and Tupperware. It is about the gather. It is about nourishment of good company, good conversation, and telling old stories and making memories that'll become future stories for future suppers, and laughter and hugs, and the knowledge that suppers exist and will happen again. Then this is the next piece I wrote this past Saturday at Tumblewords. And it's called Why the Denizens of the East River Prefer Jewish Cuisine. At my grandmother's funeral, I shoveled a little dirt onto her lowered casket. A year later, when her headstone was erected, I placed a stone atop the grave. The same happened after the deaths of my father, mother, uncles, and aunts. When I revisit their graves, I always place new stones atop their graves. The last time I was in Alabama was 3 or 4 years after my mother's death. When my oldest brother wanted to go to the cemetery, I informed him I wanted to go by myself. I found new stones in a bowl in the cemetery gazebo. I placed one each on my parents' graves. I returned back to the gazebo for a few more to place on a few other graves. This ritual of mourning feels like a sigh after a breath long held. When I put a new stone onto a grave, It feels like something new, despite that no stone on earth is new. Every stone placed onto a grave becomes a memory of that person that comes to surface at that moment that can induce laughter, or tears, or silence, or even a conversation with the dearly departed. I've expressed to my brothers my desire to be cremated and have my ashes dropped into the East River from the Randall's Island walking bridge that overlooks where I used to jog when I lived in New York City, a place where I felt a sense of Zen, if Zen is even possible for someone like me. And maybe the people who know I opted to be fish food rather than buried will take the time to climb the stairs to the Randall's Island walking bridge to drop a tiny rock to where my soul might finally find its Zen. Thank you.
That Zen, it can be found in so many different places. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Generalissimo.
Yeah, Generalissimo.
That first
Yeah.
poem right there, that makes me running that thing worth it just there. And, that's a perfect example for everybody. Get out there and
There's
do
something
these
about
workshops and you'll come up with great
Generalissimo.
stuff.
Yes.
Generalissimo just like makes words rise into the clouds and come back as beautiful rain.
Yeah,
That
they
is
rise up with
Generalissimo.
beautiful scents of
Oh.
wonderful foods. And nobody does
Wow.
food poems like Brian.
Sure.
Yeah, Brian
Making them up.
Nobody. And that second poem is just, I've heard it several times. I mean, each time it
he's of
just,
a different
oh
echelon,
my God, it just
you know.
hits my heart. So
Poetry, when you enter a different echelon, that's what Generalissimo does. He enters a different echelon, a different cloud of verse. Voila.
Yeah, Brian's sensibilities are always on. He just lives poetry like
Yeah,
that.
man.
oh, well said,
I
Paul.
remember his chocolate chip poem is just stuck in my head.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. You'll get cavities.
I already got those.
Listen, listen. See, you see, this is why I love our community, right? Because he's referencing a poem that may have showed up maybe maybe a year ago, maybe more, right? But this is how connected we are, right? This is truly how connected we are. Uh-oh. Coming back at you, Generalissimo.
I just want to say when Paul Skiff says something like that about you, you feel like you finally are a real poet. So,
Oh, you see, this is this is like telephone, not television, right? This isn't a one-way thing. This is two ways, right? We speak to each other, folks, not at each other. We speak to each other, right? We are all conduits who share in this beautiful creativity, right? There is no competition here, right? There never has been any competition here, right? This is the genuine space about sharing your artistry as loud as you need to, as raucous as you need to, or as soft as you need to, and we will hear it all. Again, greatest community in the world. Don't believe me? Trust and believe. Here comes another example. Before I get to the next person, let me shout out a couple of people. Finn Bell is in the building, but we'll probably hear from the daughter of Krypton in the good luck round. Jenny is here. Appreciate you for being here, Jenny. Maddie was in the building, but they had to run. Listen, I want to make sure I shout out the newly appointed poet laureate of Kern County, California, the one and only Dark Man Blues, aka Samuel Rain Benjamin, aka Complicated Passions. Man, congratulations, right? Cat's making major moves. Shout out to Graybeards. So many things happening. I saw CC Arshaga come in the building, but we'll hear from him. No doubt Garland Thompson is also in the building, right? Everybody else that's here, we'll hear from you. To all the folks who are watching on social media, truly, truly appreciate you for rocking with us. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next. Sometimes people say, what I'm saying? Make sure you pay attention to what's going on. What you're about to witness is the strength in true, honest feeling and passion for what we do. You know what I mean? I would say wake up, but more so stand up. The one and only Black Swan is in the building. And what you're about to hear is probably gonna blow your wig back a little bit, so make sure you tuck it in tight. It is always great to see you. It's been a while. I know things are crazy in the world, right? Again, shout out the educators. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please, take it away.
That's funny. You said let people know where they can find me in church, at work, or at the grocery store. HEB, most likely HEB. That's the jump off right there. Yes. Hey, everybody. Thank you, Elemental. It's so good to see you. And it's so good to see all of you. Thank you for the intro. I hope I do it justice. It's been a while. It's been a minute. So I'm going to get up in it. This is an older piece, but a goodie piece. It's called The Sound of Light. The sound of light. The definition of sound is vibrations that travel through the air. I met the sound of light at a bus stop. He smelled like grace and please don't judge me. His sweat dripped mercy and second chances. I don't prefer these kinds of bus stops, the ones that reek of poverty and abandoned dreams, the ones that challenge personal space. But that day, the weather arched over me, and under it, I stood desperately needing a seat. So did he. Asked me what time was the next bus. 7 minutes, I said. Leaning on awkward humility, he told me he only had one eye, and the other one was disconnected from the socket. The one he did have was colorblind. So I have to rely on sound, he says. I can hear how close the cars are and how fast they're moving. My biggest fear is the electric cars, because you can't hear them coming. His laugh was pungent. It's amazing how when God takes something away, he intensifies what you've got left. I asked him, what do you do when it gets dark? Pray. We laughed again, this time like reunited friends. He said, I don't worry. There's no use for worrying and praying at the same time because they just cancel each other out. We got on the bus. I wished him a blessed day. Then I turned around to let him know it was time for him to get off, time for me to get off, but I couldn't find him. He was gone. That was the moment I knew I met the sound of light. I could tell by the confidence in his breath and the faith batting in his eyes. He was a flare gun, a rescue, a first aid kit. He was a sacrifice. What does light look like? I'll tell you. Psalms 2 verse 11, serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Tremble by definition means shaking or quivering or typically excitement or frailty. It sounds like a wife on her knees who's been crying for weeks, praising God in advance because she won't accept defeat. It sounds like a father struggling with a broken heart and no sleep, but he manages to pay rent and invest in mustard seeds. It sounds like being broke and giving a family a ride even when your tank is on E. It's praying for healing even for your enemies. It's a thunder that rumbles the moment that you tell God, I'm ready. It's a matchbox sound of fire rekindling a married couple. It's falling back in love with laughing again. Like I said, light sounds like a 5'2" woman raising her fist to a 6 foot something giant of a bully. She's got a riot who knows that she's a riot who knows that when she goes to her closet, she's coming out with an army of angels. She's wearing the armor of God, because no weapon formed against her shall prosper. Light sounds like a pastor, a first lady, and a handful of followers sacrificing everything they've got just to show God what he has invested in this church will not be wasted. In Living Praise, we are in the midst of pain. We pray in a way of doubt. We pray away doubt. We turn up the word of God and we tune everything else out. Light sounds light, Living Praise. And in this place, our light knows how to rock out. Thank you.
Come on. Come on. That's how you do it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for
Oh
Black.
yeah, that's how you do it. Hell
Oh.
yeah. Wow. That's some
Drop that
power
mic.
there.
Drop that
Yes.
mic.
That
blew my
was
mind.
deep, intense, and
Oh.
intentional. Like sometimes when you're intentional, the universe starts blessing you. When you're intentional, God reverses everything, and you start loving the universe and the stars and everything. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
way it
we're definitely pushing out some really positive stuff.
I heard your husband said you rock. Your husband said you rock.
Well, he ought to know.
Listen, folks, listen. When you have that level of fervency, you speak with that level of passion. And it turns into something more than just belief, right? You turn it into something tangible, turn it into something real, right? She said it was the sound of light, right? Which are just vibrations that travel through the air, right? She was at the bus station. She said he smelled like grace, and please don't judge me. Come on. Leaning on awkward humility. Like, what do you do when it gets dark? Pray. What you mean? What kind of question is that, pray? Right? Worrying and praying, they don't work, right? She said Psalms chapter 2, verse 11. If you don't know, make sure you look into it, right? Praying for healing, even for your enemies. She said she has a husband who invests in mustard seed because she sounds like a wife on her knees praying, but she has a husband who invests in mustard seeds. I'm telling you, that's just soaked in listen. I got mustard seed faith. Because she goes into her what do you call that thing? I was telling my students about it, right? Because they don't know anything about phone booths anymore, right? But you go into your phone booth and you talk to your Most High, and you come out with an army of angels, right? It's no coincidence that we are in the midst of Ramadan and she's speaking so holy. So I appreciate you, truly. For doing what you do, for holding it down, right? For being a healer, for being a nurturer, for holding down one of the dopest cats in the world, for being one of the dopest cats in the world yourself. Appreciate you, Swan. Truly, for all that you do. Shout out Double Trouble, too. So I call the homies. That's what I call the homies. I call them Double Trouble. Appreciate y'all, truly. All right. Wanted to make sure I shout out Poetic Desire in the building. If you don't know East, make sure you are plugging in with Poetic Desire. She is also one of the mainstays of our community. She actually just posted something recently from out in the DMV, getting those folks ready for WOWs. Make sure you're plugging in with Poetic Desire. Yeah, that prayer closet is a monster, for real. For real, Swan. It really is. All right. Coming up next. Feel that crackling? Yeah, atmosphere rearrangers in the building. Storm gods in the building. The one and only Zone Conto is here. Let these folks know where they can find you. Zone Conto, you know what it is, man. Come on. Take it away. It is always great to see you.
Thank you so much for everybody who's come before me and performed and gave poetry. All right. There are roads that are least traveled. My daddy said he tried them because they have the least potholes and because nobody has been corrupt enough to promise the poor folk that they will build a road. The path remains the same, but they will still vote. Since the first politician I met, my heart has been made of stone. And Medusa said, forgive them, baby, because their stone cold hearts do not know what they do. We live in a makeshift planet where we learn geography about granite and metamorphic hearts that someday will disintegrate because for each environmental activist that tried to contribute to the debate, a tree fell into the arms of a capitalist. Nigga, I'm from the hood. You ain't seen us roll up 50 deep while parents was asleep, dreaming how to put food on our table. And us kids was never back before sundown. So that food started rotting like all of our brothers who were in coffins. All of our brothers that had to wait for God to call the undertakers and ask them to use candles to light up their graves for us to throw our dead in. We even asked the undertakers for Wi-Fi so we can have service under the trees while we grieve, as if loved ones could send dusty WhatsApp messages and we can blue tick them again, like we did when they were still alive. All the while we was bumping hip hop so hard we drowned God. These ghetto streets that became the roads least traveled. We loved so hard until our veins popped. So we don't love anymore. We children barely 15 were stabbed in the heart as if the knife was
praising God in advance because she won't accept defeat. It sounds like a father struggling with a broken heart and no sleep, but he manages to pay rent and invest in mustard seeds. It sounds like being broke and giving a family a ride even when your tank is on E. It's praying.
So what we just experienced was a time loop, I'm thinking, a disruption in the time stream. I think someone, whoever in here has their flux capacitor on, could you please turn it off? Right? Because we weren't supposed to go back to the future right there. Anyone have their flux capacitor on? No? Oh, okay. Just making sure. Just Dave's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I forgot. Damn it, I meant to turn that off with a coffee pot. Unmute yourself, give it up for Zokoto.
Oh, brother.
Gonto, yeah.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
articulate.
Awesome.
Always
Awesome.
great, Zomkonto. Always appreciated and enjoyed.
Yo, I have no idea what happened either, folks. I honestly do not. I honestly do not know what that was, right? Listen, when we start when we start getting into what we getting into, the digital world is like, I don't know if we can hold on to it. I don't know. Listen, bro. What you do again? You start changing things, man. You know You start burning up, transistors, and they can't hold on to what you do. The paths remain the same, right? Medusa said, "Forgive them, baby. Their stone heart don't understand." He said, "A tree fell into the arms of a capitalist." That's just where was I when that line came up? Like, I hate that I missed that one, right? As if loved anyone could send Dusty what up messages, right? Bumping hip hop so hard we were drinking God. Come on, man. Like, this dude really, really, really epitomizes the energy that you can conjure when you really put everything into what you do. He is that serious and he is that real about it. Appreciate you, Son Conto. You've been hearing him all night and you will continue to hear him. Always appreciate your input, man, truly. All right, coming up next, another one of our incredible resident musicians. Shout out to Giants. This incredible artist continues to come through with his fantastic guitar and his incredible lyrics. The one and only Bill Elkins is here. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Thank you for being such a mainstay for all of these 4 years, sir. Truly appreciate you. Please take it away. Hold on, still can't hear you. Still not getting the audio.
There we go. Can you
There
hear
we
me
go.
now? Okay.
Got you.
Thanks, Elemental. Hi, everybody. Greetings from Long Beach. California, that is. Not Long Beach, New York. I'm going to do a song that I wrote about 4 years ago. La Bruja was heading the open mic, and it was a song about that I wrote about the COVID pandemic. It's entitled Grave Blue World. Hope you like it. Wear a mask upon your face, lest death be your fate. We need to save the human race. Corona, Corona, let mercy spill on divine favor, fools of mortals be. COVID-19 lives, breathes, and flourishes through our panic. As we cocoon in unbridled greed, the hoarded tissue and disinfectant to keep the war alive, no promise to freckled young or to dying widows in epical dilemma. Grave blue world, through which humanity ships stealthily sails. We are all huddled together with COVID-19 beyond the pale, confronting turbulent waters under dark, thundering anonymous skies. We desperately endeavor to save ourselves from that final sunset in our eyes. Wear a mask upon your face, baby, lest death be your fate. We need to save the human race, that's right. Safer at home orders followed by angst, confusion going forward, Can we endure a war against a virus? Where is mighty Mars tonight, the god of war? Still another shelter in place order, pandemic life and death, issues abound, moments of silence and social isolation. Where can we hide to keep our distance? Grave blue world through which humanity ships stealthy sails. We are all huddled together with COVID-19 beyond the pale, confronting turbulent waters under dark, thunder anonymous skies. We desperately endeavor to save ourselves from that final sunset in our eyes. Wear a mask upon your face, lest death be your fate. We need to save the human race. Surreal cardboard cutouts as people at events, sports in a bubble with piped in crowd noise, man's undue reliance upon politics and faith, science and reason notwithstanding. Is this pandemic the Earth's retribution for man's plethora of mistakes? You betcha. Got corona, corona, let mercy spill. On divine favor, fools or mortals be. COVID-19 lives, breathes, and flourishes through our panic. Yeah, through our panic. Do, 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 do. Do, do, la, 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 la. Wear a mask upon your face, people. Let death be your fate. Ah, we need to save the human race. That's right. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad that was 4 years ago.
And do you see how masterful he was able to create that in the midst of everything that was going on? That's what I love about creatives. Unmute yourself, give it up for Bill Elkins.
Hey, Bill.
All right, Bill.
Yeah, it was good that you were in there trying to help people. It was
a nightmare.
Yep. Well,
I think most of us
still
think
got to be
people-
careful, but
Yeah, I know. We
yeah,
still do.
man, it was important for people to shine the light like that. So good for you.
Yes, very powerful song, Bill. And Bill, it was so hard to interrupt you, but we're gonna have to make sure next time you turn your original sound settings on again, because
It is
it
on.
off? It is on though?
Yeah, it's
Oh, was it just me? The guitar sounded very
It
low.
sounded okay to me.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
then
it's
I'll
on.
take it.
Yeah.
Never
I
mind.
didn't get it at all. No
Oh,
guitar.
Oh, really? I heard it.
okay. Well, I guess our hearings are different. But
Was
hey,
it too-
still got
was
your
it too
voice.
loud or
We
was it
just
too
don't
soft?
want y'all to have it. So yeah, he took it.
I heard it.
Okay.
You didn't wear your mask enough, so you didn't get to hear the guitar.
Oh, that's it. That's got to be it. You're right. I'll go stand in the corner.
Listen. You see how much COVID is still so much a part of who we are. You know, it really is not gone, folks. If you think it is not. So please protect yourself. We just happen to be pandemic poets. We happen to be part of a group. We happen to be part of a group that really came together at the really dawning of what was happening with the pandemic. And for those of you who may be wondering, like, why are they kind of googly-eyed at some of the things? It's because really when everything was chaotic and they forced everyone out, everybody go home, stay at home, stay to yourself, we found each other, right? When you were supposed to be by yourself, we found each other. And these bonds have continued to grow and they have continued to strengthen, right? Which is why I comfortably tell people all the time, I know poets all over the world, all over the world, all over I'm talking about pretty much every continent, except, Antarctica. We don't know anyone there. However, when a penguin decides that they want to do poetry, I want to put them on the New York first and foremost. Like, come to the online open mic. We will have the first penguin poet. Listen, Bill Elkins, what you do, sir? Again, I think you're one of the greatest folk writers and singers of our time. You talk about the final sunset in your eyes, right? We need to save the human race, right? Where do we hide to keep our distance, right? Confronting dark, turbulent waters, right? Wear a mask, lest death be your fate, right? Sports in a bubble, yeah. It just speaks to such a moment in time. Thank you, Bill, for sharing your incredible artistry with us. Truly, truly appreciate you. A mainstay of our community. Make sure you are plugging in with Bill Elkins. 3 more folks left on the guaranteed list, and we got a full good luck round. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, this incredible mainstay continues to come through, and I've said before, I now understand how giants can walk softly. The one and only Sri Lal in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you and hear you. Please take it away.
It is great to be here, Elemental. Thank you, and RMT and Poets. I'm Srilal Dev on Instagram, and I'm going to read tonight the end of The Rape of Eve. So if you've been here last week or the week before, you've heard the first 2 sections. So she's in the garden, and the snake has offered her the fruit. Your fruit is more beautiful than that of any tree, he says. She knows not of what he speaks. She thinks of the man, his hair rough and wild like that of bear or lion, the serpent's skin shimmering in the light. Against her will she is entranced. How could he know of her hunger roused, her unspoken longing? Go ahead, he says, taste and see, you will please your creator, so you will be one with him. A true meeting of the minds when you wake to see as he sees, know as he knows. She, innocent and tender as the wild field anemone. Why should she doubt sweet promises? She would never think to lie, and so would not mistrust even the word of a snake. He who inhabits the garden as does any tame and gentle beast, in harmony with her and with the man, this garden, their earthly paradise. Still, she recalls the man's warning not to touch the fruit of this one tree. An echo of the words returns as if on wind, the sky darkening, clouds beginning to scud. The fruit of this one tree brings death. The tree so thickly leaved, virile as it seems, the serpent now coiled about the trunk, whispering to her from the branches, or is that the song of wind rustling through leaves? How her tongue has embraced the succulence of the fig, the pear, the pomegranate. She has tasted of the broad bean, the cucumber, the tender pea, and sweet anise. She has eaten of the citron, lentil, and the mint. Of what could she die? She does not even know what the word death means, an abstract yet foreboding threat. Her mind fogs over, confused. Where was the man? And suddenly the serpent is upon her, the fruit pressed hard against her lips, then deep into her tender mouth, and the fruit is not sweet as he had promised. And she finds that once she has tasted of this fruit, a part of her is lost. She cannot again be innocent. A sharp and sudden pain sears her belly, and she bleeds as if the wound will never heal. How can she face the man now, flushed as any ripe stone fruit fallen wild to the earth? She burns with sudden shame. The serpent now has disappeared as quickly as he came, as if by some angelic miracle or false magician's trick. Either way, the man will not want her now. How can she bear the cold silence of what now rises untold between them? So she gives of the fruit to the man as well, and he eats. And as the man begins to heave and labor for more, they both say that it is good. Peace.
Oh, I mean, damn. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Sri
If people haven't seen the other two, you should go back because all these things are on YouTube. So now you can go back 2 weeks, watch the first one, then watch the second one, and then watch this and see the whole thing because it's going to be worth it. I'm going to go back and watch the whole thing myself. That was just absolutely stunning, Sri.
Spectacular
Beautiful.
work. Yeah.
Love your voice.
Yeah.
Again, folks, I keep saying this is how I now know how a giant can walk softly, right? Heavy, heavy words, but such a soft delivery, right? And then soaked it in the garden, right? Their earthly paradise. Said the fruit of this tree brings death. Why would you ever want to? Taste the citron and lentil and the mint. Where was the man? Such a great question. One that I've always struggled with. Like when this whole conversation was happening, where was the man, right? The fruit was not sweet as she thought it might be, as the serpent might have said. The fruit was not sweet. Because now she cannot again be innocent. But she gives of the fruit to the man as well. So neither can he. Guess we're in this together, huh? That's just how it goes. Appreciate you, Srilal, for being a dedicated member of our community and continuing to come through with heavyweight work like that, right? And for bringing the series to us, part 1, 2, and 3. Truly, truly appreciate you. I don't know what you're gonna do to back that up. I don't know, you know what I mean? What you have on the burners already, but we're looking forward to it. Appreciate you. Coming up next, this incredible artist is also one of the cats that have been rocking with us from the very beginning. His voice, his energy, his style has been like it's almost like the train in New York. You know what it is, right? You know what that sound is, right? Going over the track. And this is that cat, the one and only Joski C in the building. I love to say that he balances us out with his music, but even his poetry is on point. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Joski. It is always great to see you. Happy 4th anniversary. Please take it away.
Hey, Elemental, coming through? Okay, I want to share some poems tonight. This is a piece called A Father's Journey in 5 poems. They're short. In my father's house, eyes shine diamond starlight, stirring children from small trances. The room is bathed in rainbows, and laughter dances like a waterfall, washing us all. From an airplane, tears are streaming down this window. The tarmac is shimmering, holding water to itself as if the world was flat and simple. I left a man there below, weary and weak and walking slow. He was my rock, my strength, though all things must go. Meanwhile, tears are streaming down this window. I've said goodbye, please, not the last. Meanwhile, this ancient sky allows itself to cry, and so will I. Return what's borrowed. Time to return these borrowed pieces of earth. Return breath to the sky. River stills, reaching sea. Still the sea, on and on. Leave behind these weights of bones till lighter than laughter you ascend, then shining rise beyond suns into light without end. In this dream, you wore a robe of deepest white and flowers, as though scattered on the virgin snow. Blanketed, warm, your bright eyes shone a light beyond these raging storms. Your shouldered bones felt lighter in my arms. Laughter, spilling from our souls, gave reason to the surreal roses strangely resurrected on the snow. Awakened to this world again, crystal tears refract my pain, then melt into the diamond snow, blanketing you. The porch at the edge of the world. There is a porch at the edge of the world where rain feels like sunshine and laughter like air. We were all there, content to share, like some unfolding, answered prayer, this place where angels breathe again. To thirsty hearts like deserts, you were rain. We met on the porch, a place in between this tangible blindness and somewhere unseen, with reason suspended for joy of just being, lighter than laughter, cleaner than rain, free enough now to break these chains, to put perspective on this pain. For some have gone and some remain with thirsty hearts like deserts wanting rain. There is a porch, my father, my friend, at the edge of the world. I saw you again.
You know, it's the sonic quality of your voice. It's magnificent, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Joski
Well,
C.
we're gonna be sitting at the end of the world with somebody. It might as well be you.
So spectacular. Wow. Just fantastic.
As I say,
Awesome.
as I say, folks, this is the work. We have lots of fun playing with prompts and poetry. But when it comes down to writing your father's journey, playtime is over, right? And that one kind of spoke to me, Joski, because I can remember those. I can remember what you just mentioned. From an airplane, tears are streaming down this window. And something about trying to enjoy being on an airplane, but you can't see it clearly because these tears, they just keep like, why can't I have like an internal windshield wiper for all these stupid tears? Right. Though all things must go. He said, leave behind these weights of bone. Rise beyond suns to light of no end. A light beyond these raging storms. Said he was awakened to this world again. What? There's a porch at the end of the world. Any luck, my granddad's probably sitting there with a knife, probably peeling an apple, eating it off his blade. Like, appreciate you, Joski. Really, truly, truly appreciate you for being such a mainstay, for always, always bringing your pure and genuine energy to our open mic. You have always been one of those folks that have kept us going. Thank you, Joski. Shout out to Nee. For real. We have reached the last person on our guaranteed list. If he is still in the building, we are looking forward to Mr. Larry Robinson closing us out of the guaranteed list this evening. Listen, you've seen how all this has been going all night. Let's add your energy to this mix. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Come on, man. Great to see you. Take it away.
LeVan Robinson, Facebook, Lala the Poet on Instagram. Thank you for having me here again, and thank you for allowing me to follow such esteemed poets and performers and poets. So I hope I can. I have two, one love poem and one. It's kind of sad, but it's two. The first one is called Shadow. I, through thought, by transference of energetic telepathy and visual fidelity, and in sacred order and magnitude of the heavens above, seeing you, my queen, sitting with the angelical congregation of love. You were so beautiful and a perfect example of the divination of unfiltered wisdom and its truth of being so tenderly wrapped and embodied with powerful principles of life and stability that its foundations and institutions were built upon and fortified the backdrop of the revelation up above. Your sensuous aura and strength of spirituality illuminated brightly as the sun, moon, and stars. The seven wonders of the world was created to be the epitome of creativity, mastery, but don't compare to you. No, none of them by far. I couldn't help but to helplessly fall deeply in passions with you down to the very smallest details and intricacies of your great, phenomenal, and rhapsodic womanly landscapes and a hypnotic and alluring intellectual property of your mind, as well as your caring heart and precious soul. As breathtaking as this amazing bit taking place was, the feeling of sheer pleasure and excitement from the top of my head and all throughout my body down to the bottom of my feet. Highly exciting stimulation fearlessly flow. The formation of cosmic energy was on full display, and throughout the entire presentation of humbleness and clarity surely showed. You were the divine manifestation from the deepest depths of my core's imagination, and I fell not only in love with you as it crossed my path and eyes, but also with your shadow.
See? And that's how you put it all the way together. Man, come on now. Unmute yourself. Give it up for LeVar Robinson.
Talk about a sign off. Like, talk about, like, that's a final act.
Well said, Angelina.
That is a final act.
Thank you.
So listen, with you doing stuff like that, man, we're gonna need to make sure you come through on a regular basis, right? Because those are serious rounds that you're putting in. Those are serious rounds that you're putting in with that pen, right? In the magnitude of the heavens above. He said the seven wonders of the world are the epitome of creativity, but none of them compare to you. Come on, man. What? That is a heavyweight round right there. Make sure you find yourself here as often as possible, Levon. Appreciate you for coming through and sharing your creativity with us. All right. Oh, as I mentioned, we have reached the end of the guaranteed list. I'm going to pass it back to RMT. We are going to get this raffle jumped off. We are going to get into the good luck round. You know what it's about. Come on, Ron.
Yes, let's do one more raffle. And this raffle is a little bit... fewer people entered because you have to be either in New York City or visiting New York City for one of the in-person open mics we are holding at the Lois Cider Center this month or next month before the end of April. So it's either one of Sol Preem's open mic on the second or fourth Wednesday of the month, or the Women's Orators open mic, which is held on the first Wednesday, namely April 3rd. So I have entered so far Angie, Cece, and Paul. If there's anyone else I forgot, let me know. While I have everyone gather their thoughts, I'm going to quickly also share my screen again and reminding everyone of how you may follow the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I put that in the Zoom chat a few minutes ago. We have our website, nuyorican.org. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, aka X, as well as YouTube. On YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, you can also play back any of the previous open mics live streams, so you can in case you missed the performance or you want to rewatch your own performance, you can see it there. Also our link tree, our other contact information, and if you want to donate to help keeping the online open mics free. And I also put the social media handles for our executive director, La Brua, as well as our host, Elemental. And don't forget to follow our many organizations we're currently partnering with and holding our offsite events during our cafe's reconstruction, which is going to go on for 3 years. So feel free to follow the social media of the Bowery Poetry Club, Francis Kite Club, International Center of Photography, Lois Cider Center, Poets House, Pregones PRTT, aka the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, and the P&T Knitwear Bookstore. In addition to our events, they all hold their own amazing, wonderful events, and we definitely recommend their organizations. All right, I'm gonna quickly go through the chat to make sure I have, maybe if I can do a song. Oh, okay, so Catman Bill, if you said that you wanna be, let me see, make sure on camera. Yes, and at the open mics, you can do songs. So does that mean you want to still be entered, Catman? Is that a yes? Okay, so then I'm gonna add your name. So we have 4 names. So let me make sure I didn't miss anyone else. Nope. Okay, so I am again using wheelofnames.com, not our website. This is a third-party website. I'm gonna enter Angie, Cece, Catman, and Paul. I'm gonna shuffle. Okay, shuffle again. I'm gonna hide, and good luck. I'm gonna spin the wheel for an in-person ticket plus a free guest for one open mic this month or next month in person at Eloy Sison Center. Okay, I'm clicking enter. I'm spinning. And similar to earlier this weekend, the last person entered, but hey, it is not my side. Catman, congratulations. I will contact you for the in-person ticket. Catman, hold on a second. Catman, hold on a second. Let me get the participants up here. I'm gonna unmute you. Since you also won the one of the online tickets, would you mind if instead giving you a free ticket for a free guest, we can do a second run of the wheel, so that way one of the other 3 may win? Is that okay, or will you bring a free guest with you?
Where am I at here? Yeah, no. Go ahead. Run it again.
Okay, cool. So let me remove. Thank you, Bill, Catman Bill. So I'm going to remove Catman. Okay, and Catman has won 1 in-person ticket, and we're going to give a second ticket away. Let's run the wheel again. Let me hide. It's either CC, Angie, or Paul. I'm clicking. Good luck. And it is... Come on. Okay, it's Paul. Paul Skiff, congratulations, you have won the second ticket. All right, congratulations to you both. Happy 4th anniversary again. Keep coming back, everyone. We're going to continue into our 5th year. Elemental, let's do that good luck round. We are 3 hours in. We are running overtime. We're doing our extra work here because we love the community. Let's do the good luck round.
100% of the time. That is why we're here with the extended time, for the extended time, because the love for this community truly flows. So let's get it going. Starting off the good luck round, author of the Chameleon Chronicles, the Chameleon Poetic herself, the one and only Terry Rose Jertson in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Terry. Always great to see you. Please, take it away.
You can find me in New Jersey. At my house, because I don't go many places anymore. But also social media, you can find me at Teresa Rose Jertson or Terry Rose Jertson, or almost today I thought they were going to yank my Instagram account again, but they didn't, because they exited me out and told me to enter my password when I was in the middle of talking to somebody in Instagram. I'm like, oh, here we go. So I'm like, yeah, watch me put the password and watch me not be able to get an account. But I got in. So I don't know what that was about. Some crap, some BS. But anyway, this is a serious poem. It kind of is on the theme. So that's why I picked it. It's not new, but it definitely fits. Children born under cloudless sky of questioning. Mother wonders how she's going to survive without her drug of choice. Jobless, no income, food stamps gone. The kids are hungry. Hair matted because who can remember the last time they got a shower? Taking care of these innocent mouths to feed, thanking God on her knees in front of that guy who was more than happy to help her out of her predicament. He gives her some dollars and she gives him consent to do whatever he wants. She gave him what he wanted or what he came for. Funny how he doesn't come around anymore. Those littles are always needing something though. And they keep her running, always scheming to get some dollars, selling what she can to keep them fatherless waifs quiet. And who is she? Only the sole provider, not a person with needs that she can pay attention to, because her girls and baby boy require oceans of love, so deep, and she's going to sing them to sleep. And tomorrow will surely come with a vengeance, and another way to keep them all from the streets, crying out to God and anyone else who will hear their pleas.
Wow.
Peace.
Wow. Come on. That's how you just do it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Terry Rose Jersey.
Yes.
Bravo. Bravo.
Thanks.
Bravo, Terry, and shout out to New Jersey.
Jersey in the building. Shout out 1/3 to Jersey Trinity in the building. For real. Terry is also one of the mainstays of our community who has been rocking with us for some years. All right? For some years. Been sharing her artistry with us, all of that passion, all of that energy, and continues to do it. Right? Kids are hungry, thanking God on her knees, right? She gives him consent. Those littles are always needing something, though, right? Require oceans of love. Oceans of love. Thank you, Terry, for doing what you do and sharing it with us. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, this incredible poet always makes room for other poets. You've heard a couple of poets talk about they were in a workshop with the one and only Michael Sindler, and that workshop was hosted by this next incredible poet. Continues, as I said, to make room for other poets, make space for other poets. I like to call the daughter of Krypton, the one and only Finn Bell in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please, take it away.
Thank you so much, Elemental. You could find me on Instagram. Maligayang ika-4 na anibersaryo ng online community. So we are, what I'd like to do is bring back a poem from the very first year of the online community. Ancestors are sweet mother tongue, nourishment feeding my warrior spirit. Ancestors are a fierce battle cry. We were once queens. Ang bayan kong Pilipinas, lupain ng ginto't bulaklak, pag-ibig na sa kanyang palad, nag-alay ng ganda't dilag. At sa kanyang yumi at ganda, dayuhan ay nahalina. Bayan ko, binihag ka, nasadlak sa dusa. My soul yearns to reach up to the mountaintops and hear the goddesses and their gods sigh, rejoicing in my presence, cradling my thoughts in verity's sweet bosom. I am heard, I am seen, I am not the unknowable. I am here. The world does not hang below. We are celestial discarded trinkets, the dimidicy of an afterglow. The old ones had wearied of our novelty. They have forgotten us. Or do they trample us underfoot still, gaiety crackled thunder as we hide our faces and flee? I am not the refuse to be swept away, a tedium. I am the native soil. I am not the one who does not belong. Before time, I fashioned the moon from the strands of my hair and captured her mate, the sun, to attend her. Before civilizations, I was the earth who split herself wide open and cried out, Bayang Magilu, Perlas ng sinanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hinirang, duyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pa sisiil. I birthed archipelagos. I whispered zephyr lullabies to my children as they slumbered and called them each by name. Luzon, my beloved, we are strength of our descendants. Visayas, anak, we will prosper and number in the millions. Mindanao, bunso ko. Remember whence you came from. Your blood spilled is Maharlika. The azure and rose upon each sunset, pearl offspring in your wake. Ibon mang may layang lumipad, hulungin mo at umiiyak. Bayan pa kayang sakdal dilag, ang di magnasang makaalpas. Pilipinas kong minumutya, pugat ng luha at dalita. Aking adhika, makita kang sakdal laya. Stranger, do not call me the displaced. Do not rape my daughters one by one until they tear their diadem from their head and forget their mother in a whitewashed madness. I will not be banished. The sky cannot hold itself aloft in my absence. I will not leave. The ground beneath withers as I uproot.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So I love our community. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Finn Bell.
Finn Bell in the house. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Thanks for the tag along. That was just really wonderful.
Thank you, Finn, for
Yeah.
being a part of our beautiful community. You are just such a beacon of light, just like Lantern, and everyone else. But Finn, thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Finn.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And listen, I believe I heard that poem early on in one of its early infant stages when you were not as comfortable as you are speaking your native tongue. But I heard you singing it this time. Your comfort level has grown and it sounds beautiful. Not that it didn't then, but it sounds beautiful. Thank you for sharing it with us. Ancestors are a fierce battle cry. Yes, yes. We are not just celestial discarded trinkets. Deity, crackle, thunder, right? I am the native soil. Fashion the moon from the strands of my hair. Remember once whence you came from. Do not call me the displaced. Do not call me the displaced. I am of this place and all of its places. Thank you for doing what you do and sharing it with us, for being such a mainstay of what we do. Again, Daughter of Krypton is all over the place. Make sure you plug in. 3 poets left on the good luck round. Real quick, I did get a message that it is the birthday of one of our beloved community members. I don't believe that number, so I'm not even going to say that number. I can't believe that, but it is our community member's birthday. So please, one time, unmute yourself and show your love to the one and only Joski C.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Joski!
Joski C.
Yay!
Yes.
Happy
Happy 20th birthday.
I had to bring
Happy
nice, nice reveal. Nice reveal. Oh yeah.
Joski. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you. I
And
love
whatever
you.
number
You know
it
that,
is,
don't
it
you?
is we are celebrating anniversaries of 21. So don't even worry about the number.
Hey.
Stage and the stage. The man's
I
got it
see they're
covered.
getting younger. I know. It's a trip. It's an interesting journey, as you all know.
Of course. Of course. Listen.
What a year. Imagine the next one.
so much.
It's
Of
been an
course.
amazing year for you, my friend. You got another one coming, and now you're going to be. So, where do I buy your first book? Oh!
Hold on. He getting rowdy now. He getting rowdy. You see how CC do? You see how CC do? You're a troublemaker. Listen. For Finn Bell, for Joski C, for Deneen. Listen. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that energy. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that love. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that fervency. Right? This is what pillars look like, folks. If you are unsure what they sound like, what they look like, what that energy feels like these folks. Thank you both. Thank you, Finn, for doing what you do. Thank you, Joski, for sharing all of so much of what you do and who you are with us. We truly appreciate you. All right. Now, coming up next, we have a new voice, right? 4 years into this mix, countless poems, countless poets. And here we are with someone who is, for the first time, sharing their incredible artistry with us. So, without telling us exactly where, your address, where in the world are you located? Where are you plugging in from?
Queens, New York.
Queens in the building. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes,
In the
yes.
building.
Born and
been?
raised. Born and raised.
Been?
True New Yorker.
Come on, where you been? We've been doing this for
I'll tell you.
4 years
Wait,
now,
I'll tell
right?
you. I won a ticket like 20 years ago. And I got into an open mic and I was just about to get like the last round and they had to shut down. I had a child a couple of years before then. So I was like, okay, when I have the time, I'm going to go back. And I never been able to go back because then 2020 hit. Every time I wanted to do one of these open mics, I had class because I am in school. I am currently going to be graduating in June with my degree in social work and substance use support. I am a firm believer in giving back to my community. I am part of the BIPOC community, and I believe that people like us need to be represented in a power place and show our people that we are here to help them. So every time I've wanted to get onto this damn open mic, there was a break, but I believe that there was a reason for that break. And now I have the opportunity to be here amongst all this beautiful, like-minded energy people here. Love it.
You better say that shit. You better say that. Listen, this is exactly why we're here. This is exactly why we've stayed as long as we've stayed. All right. We are here to hear everything that you have brought with us. First of all, welcome. Secondly, welcome to the greatest community in the world. Thirdly, we have been waiting for you this whole time.
Yes. And I've been waiting this whole time.
Let these folks know where they can find you. Welcome. Truly.
Thank
Please,
you. So
take it away.
I don't have a public place only because like my poetry has always been a secret gift of mine. Almost like, Clark Kent's secret power of being Superman. It's my cape that I wear. So I've never been one to put my poetry out there, but tonight I wanted to just give you guys something I actually wrote the night that I went for my first live open mic at Nuyorican Poetry Cafe. Spark of flint, light me up, inhale deep. At least that's what I'm doing now, thinking of this. You are poison to my life and my world, light to dark. Like a cancer in a person, the body goes crazy attacking you, telling me you are bad. You are going to kill me, yet I do not listen. Now I'm sitting here trying to breathe on my own and love again. And what do? Inhale, exhale, smoke. Paper turns gray from the heat, ashes falling at the feet. This is where I laid many nights, begging and crying for you to love me. And for what? You ain't gonna make this right or do the right thing. You are all wrong by every rule in the book, and I broke all of them with you. You have taken me for a ride, turning and tossing in ways I never have been. Now I stand here, wondering why did I ever choose you and risk it all? While you do what? Inhale, exhale, smoke. Paper burns, touches the brown. I smell the fiberglass burning. I have finally finished with this bad habit of mine, you being that habit. I'm tired of breaking even when I should have been at the top of my game. I'm tired of settling for less than the best because I am the best. I am the best thing that has ever happened to you. It's true. Now I stand there, dusted off. Tears are dried, and I'm ready for my next habit. And I flick you out of my life. Inhale, exhale, you.
So my only question is, why did you wait so long to let people know that you are a poet? Unmute yourself. Give it up for Angelina.
Go, Angelina.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Angelina.
Mic drop. Top
Yes.
of my game.
Now you have
Bravo.
to keep coming
Bravo.
back.
I already signed up for next week. So don't
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Let's go.
I already signed up for next week. But again, this was, I went through such a trauma back years ago, and I hid behind that trauma. So now that I've healed from that trauma and now I can stand up on my own without having to lean on crutches, I'm ready to come out and show people what this is all about.
Yeah, testify. Good for you. Good
Absolutely.
for you. Yep.
Absolutely. And nothing could ever be wrong in spoken word. And this is something that I tell to everybody. Your feelings are never to be invalid by anybody who comes to you. Like, you're allowed to feel how you feel. And that's really why I'm going into social work, because I want people to know you are valid in who you are. Your value does not change no matter how many times people crush that dollar bill on the floor. Like, a dollar is a dollar is a dollar. And I think people need to remember that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Everybody who comes at you negatively, it just
I give them these.
Yeah, it strengthens you, really.
No, seriously, if anybody whoever comes now negative to me, and
That's
I keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's how you protect your energy, folks, right? You have to keep a safe, comfortable distance between you and the tomfoolery, right? Or the full tommery, however you want to flip that. You really do, right? Because people do seek to disrupt your frequency. You're gonna kill me, right? So flick your ashes at your feet. This is where I laid many nights, right? I broke all of them with you, right? I smell the fiberglass burning, right? I'm tired of breaking even. She said, I'm ready for my next habit. Inhale, exhale. On to the next. Appreciate you, Angelina. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Make sure you find yourself here as often as possible. Like you said, you already signed up. Fantastic. We are looking forward to the next time you come through. Appreciate you. You found your home, just so you know. You're home now. Appreciate you. Coming up next, our resident piano man is sitting exactly where he's supposed to be. This cat who likes to dabble as a songwriter and a poet who writes songs and a songwriter who writes poetry. I don't know, but he's one of the dopest cats I know. The one and only CCR Chakra in the building. Let these cats know where they can find you online, CC. Always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
All right, let's start it off with a sound check here. Can you hear me right now?
Good to go.
Can you hear this already a little better? Hold on, no, that's not good. This is a shitty setup when it comes. It's a shitty setup when it comes to the amp and the voice. So it's gonna sound like this together with the sound of the.
Oh, we got some Wurlitzer happening, baby. We about to go to a place, you know, past the final frontier. Come on, CC.
Got to start the new year, new year, right? And I'm going to start off by just holding up a book here, and it says, "The Soul of the First Amendment," because this is going to be that kind of a year. So anybody who tells any voice to shut up ever, not here. That's my call. And my book is The Open Microphone. It's at my website, ccrshagra.com. And Press 22 Publishing is my publishing. And the Human Room Open Voice, throv.life, is my social media experiment to make free speech free on the internet in a way it never existed before. But what the fuck, I'm a dreamer. And so that's a dream. And then the lyrics and all that other shit. Funk Physics is another thing you might want to check out. I had a poetry art band back in the day. I'm summing up my life is what I'm doing here. And I'm saying I love you because you added this element. You see how I snuck the motherfucking element word in there because it's your fault that every time I came on here I apologized and he just kept pushing me, and now I could sit at a piano and do up to 15 songs if no one's listening, as long as it's in front of me. So this is for you on a new toy. I've had this for a long time, and this does a lot more than what I could do. Well, I'm getting here. It's gonna even help. Here goes, Parenting of Life. I believe in the parenting of life. And no one owns a woman. No one owns a child's love. I believe this is the highest art form. And the abuse of innocence is the highest crime. And I believe the only way to rise is to always fall true and never be above you. And I believe forgiveness is a mirror. You need no fixed word or hammer to break reasons into flame. And I belief must not fear dying. And you should never fear to ask a naked, honest question. I believe being wrong is a blessing. When you still don't know the answer, the law of love is one love. I believe in the parenting of life. And no one owns a woman. one owns a child's love. No one owns a child's love. No one owns a child's love. Happy anniversary.
Every time I hear that cat, he takes it up another notch. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CCR Shagru.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Man, they keep
Push
on
the
sounding great.
envelope. Push
Yeah,
the
more.
envelope.
More.
Yes.
More.
That's a perfect compliment, man. Your voice and that keyboard.
What are you going to do for an encore?
Give it back to Joski.
That's awesome.
Because you can't. There's no up there, man. There's no fame compared to this shit. You know, it's your peers who love you. The rest is plastic bullshit that leaves you alone, watching out for who's got your money and who wants your money and who takes your money and who wants your power, who takes your power, who's fucking knocking you down so they can get up, who loves you only so they can replace you. Fuck all that. Watch East of Eden. And not East of Eden. What's the fucking thing with Betty Davis? What's the Betty Davis fucking movie?
It's too many of them.
There's too many. There's one in there where her understudy one. Ah, God, it'll come up to me. I'll put it in the chat.
Make sure you put it in the chat, CC. We definitely want to know what that is for real. So listen, this dude, again, and yeah, I'm gonna continue to push you towards what you really want to do, right? Because what we just heard was something absolutely brand new, right? Something that, 5 years ago, CCR Shagru probably would not have messed with, right? But this version of CC at this level is fearless enough to do that and share that with us. So thank you, CC, for real. And it's got some heat on it. It's got some heat on it. So I need you to keep working on that because it's got some heat on it, for real. Truly appreciate you. All right. We are going to close out the evening with this incredible cat who came through last week and just blew everybody's wig back a couple of inches. And I'm glad that he decided he was going to come through and share more work with us. The one and only Garland Thompson is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. And I don't know if y'all folks are ready for what this cat does or what he's about to do. But I'm telling you, prepare yourself. Great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Happy anniversary, everybody. Thank you. I don't post very much there, but you can find me on IG under GT Poet, at GT Poet, and now Threads too, and occasionally Twitter. So there you go. Waiting for my table and Elvis. Elvis hangs above a door with a sign that says, "Not an exit." I guess that means he hasn't left the building. And the NCAA pounds on, people passing under the TV, the instant replay showing life as it was 60 seconds ago. The kid fakes left, he drives down the court, and the crowd is going wild. March Madness is on, and a whole country watches, holding its breath. Much the same way we watched the troops' relentless March Madness towards Baghdad, ancient cradle of civilization, as helpless to affect the game as the fan who waits breathless for the score. We are media-driven. We are machine-like in our consistency. We are concentrated into small areas, seeking opportunity and a golden goose. Sex is a means of escape instead of liberation, and we're all running from the man. We're all running from the man. And when I wonder who the man is, my mind wanders back to Elvis, who looks down at the bar, who hangs in velvet magnificence on a wall that is his altar, and I see what I've heard 1,000 times before. We have met the enemy, and they are us. Only there is no enemy, just us. We who sit in restaurants, laugh loud and drink, drive down freeways and fly in the air, we who make us up are the only ones there are, all coming from the same place, a mother's womb and the heart of a star. And Elvis, like God, he lives on in crowded bars around the world and probably other planets too, as a symbol, something we can latch on to, hang our hats on, a strange fluid constant in a world constantly changing. It's a mutating metamorphosis progresso, moving in allegro time. We take 5/4, make R&B for you and me as we shoot the moon and hit the streets, our feet tapping a beat that's sweet, neat, and not at all petite. It's a big round sound like a sonic boom exploding in my head while the jailhouse rocks and somebody else checks into Heartbreak Hotel. Thank you. Happy anniversary, everybody.
Listen, sir. You better spit that Heartbreak Hotel shit. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Garland Thompson.
Yes.
Garland, wow.
Damn.
More ridiculous
Damn, yes.
talented. God.
Yes.
I hate you and love you at the same time. Oh.
Thank you, Finn. Thank you, everybody.
Doing
Thank
some
you. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. Y'all are so great. So thank you so much. This is great to hear and an honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing what you do and sharing it with us on a consistent basis, for sharing your energy with us, right? And now being comfortable enough 2 weeks in a row to share this powerhouse of a poet you got hiding in your throat here, sir. Like, listen, like I'm gonna need you to, let that thing on out, man. For real, because what you do, right? You soak it in what you do. And it's saturated, right? And the NCAA pounds on. March Madness is on. But the troops march madness toward Baghdad. Come on. Sex is a means of escape, right? We're all running from the man. We have met the enemy, and they are us. They are us. And Elvis, like God, he lives on in crowded bars around the world as we shoot the moon and hit the streets. Appreciate you, Garland, for what you do, for being a powerhouse, for sharing it with us. To everyone who touched the mic this evening, thank you so much for celebrating with us. Thank you for rocking with us for all these years, for all these hours that we do what we do. Thank you so very much. The cafe thanks you. I thank you, right? Shout out to all the previous hosts, all the poets who once upon a time rocked with us, once upon a time called this place home. We thank you. We thank you for all of that energy. We thank you for all of that effort, all of that genius, all of that creativity, and we will continue helping poetry move forward in this space. I promise you that. Thank you to all of you. Make sure you are plugging in with everything the Nuyorican does. Get yourself some merch representing your part of the world. We're going to end the night like this. Until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, It has truly been a pleasure spending these last 4 years and this Thursday night with y'all. Until next week, y'all, peace and blessings.